Hello, everybody. Welcome to our pop-up idle chatter unlocking Azaka stream. Because, you know, that's what we do here. So last time we did one of these pop-up streams, I unlocked Dritz. That was all we did on that stream. All we're going to do on this stream is unlock Azaka. I've already gone through a lot of Tomb of Annihilation. I basically am following my new player reference just to make sure it's functional and works. And I've made some, minor tweaks along the way, mostly just adding more information so people understand. So it's a little more walkthrough-y, a little more hand-holdy. Originally, I didn't want to do that, but it feels like that's more... The people that need that kind of resource are happier with that. So I have played through all the base adventures, all the way through the Lost Love. So the storyline in Tomb of Annihilation is complete. But then I needed... for Azaka's Procession Part 1, because this is the only two-part Evergreen unlock we have so far. For Azaka's Procession Part 1, you have to complete 30 Tomb of Annihilation adventures or variants. You get about halfway through that just doing the storyline. I think I got like 16 done, 15 or 16. And then I went back and did variants. I have updated my new player, or not my new player reference, but I've updated my guide to Azaka on the subreddit wiki. So it's linked in my new player reference. So actually unlocking Azaka, the guide for that I have updated to reference like the path I took and how much favor I had. So when I went into part 1, I think I had E15, like 4 E15 favor, and I did it with a group of core champions, and it was totally fine. So now I'm actually I went and got a little more favor because my guide had said you should have E16 favor. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go get E16 favor. So I've got almost 4 E16 favor now, and we're going to go ahead and fire this up. So Azaka's Procession Part 2, I've got to get to a higher goal of 300. We've already done the other one, and just like part 1, we don't have... we're down a champion. We're down an entire champion. So we're going to head through this. Let me swap out. Again, I'm going to try to do this primarily with the core champions, including Hitch, because honestly, Hitch is basically a core champion. I mean, you put in the code you sign up for the newsletter on day 1, you get Hitch. Hitch is a core champion. Okay, so this is what the overall group is going to look like. I think I went through and saved. Did I save a formation for this? So no, that was part 1. Yeah, but part 1. So I'd saved a Procession Part 1 formation. Part 2 is going to be the same formation. Because if it worked for part 1, why wouldn't it work for part 2? So this is what my formation is going to look like as a new player. This account is limited to... I have only opened silvers and electrums. So I've not opened a gold chest. So the highest piece of gear you're going to see on this account is blue. I did that on purpose. Just so that people, when I go through and complete the stuff, people aren't like, oh, well, he had like really good purples and high item levels, and no, I've got blues. I've got the blues, folks. I don't have I didn't unlock. I do have the time gate pieces to unlock multi-party and Modron. I have not done my runs yet, so we are Sans Modron core. I have no patrons, although we're getting up there. I'm at... Just for a check, if people want to know item level power check, I'm at 1470. So less than 1,500 item levels overall across all champions. I feel like this is a fairly representative account in terms of power. I have a lot of champions, but I'm not going to be using that. Oh, almost made the wrong one. We're going to... Decision here. We're going to go life domain here. We're going to go life domain here. And I did... hold on, let's go back. I should probably explain these. I did pick Battle Master instead of Shield Master, because when we get to this final battle, I'm not going to have a mass of enemies building up on my tank, which is what Shield Master is for. So we're going to be straight shooting. We want just whatever buff we can get. We get that out of Battle Master. We have Celeste in the 3rd column. Because we're using Nieli's attack, so I'm going life to main. That's going to heal Nieli. and Ashara and Brunor, but that's not the point. And then Nyali, I'm going Oath of Devotion, because that's the tank spec. I went Goldfind on Jarlaxle. That's the only reason he's in here. Later on, we may swap him out for Minsk in Minsk's Undead spec. So we're just going to soak up as much gold as possible with Jarlaxle for as long as we can. And then we may push through the final with Minsk. I'm going to go College of Valor, because this isn't so much about shielding everyone like some Evergreen unlocks. And of course we're going Potpourri for Ashara. We'll do Charismatic to get a steady buff off of Hitch. And we'll do Dark Blessing on Minsk and Moonbeam on Tyrol. And we are good to go. Say hi to everybody. What's up, Kid Stealth? Baradina, Mr. Is it Keaton? So, Jad. What's up, Jad? Anderson, Feral Storm, Tabletop Santa. Welcome. These are not new codes. This is the same code from Tuesday. I don't know. I guess I could probably ask if they're open. Now that they're doing Electrums, they may be more open to giving out more codes. But I just haven't really asked. I do want to point out one thing that I'm doing that everybody may not have. One thing that I have right now, doing this today, that everyone may not have, is there's a weekend buff for Ashara right now, which is basically 200% to the bonds. That's going to be a big deal. But I feel like this setup, regardless, is going to be fine. So we may, with that buff, I may not have to swap Jarlaxle out. And if I don't, that means you could put Minsk in, and the buffs you're getting from Minsk are going to make up for this, more than make up for this. So this should be a totally fine scenario. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because we got to go 300 levels. And no one needs to be here that long, right? You know what? Yeah, let's just do an hour of speed. Speed it up a bit. I mean, this is what potions are for when you're doing hard variants. I mean, speed whenever you want to speed, but the rest of the potions I'm not going to use. Yeah, the rest of the potions I'm not going to use. But keep in mind, variants like this, where they're milestone-like variants, or difficult variants, this is what potions are for. Nice. All right. Alright, let me just make sure. Yep, I think I got all the messages out in the right places. I think some people... Oh. I forgot to turn closed captioning on. Apologies. Welcome, everybody. For those of you who are used to having closed captioning on, I apologize. But we're unlocking Azaka. On a fresh account. Fresh-ish. But yeah. So, as far as blessings go, I have what this can buy. I mean, this is real straightforward. If you get this much favor, you're going to have this many blessings, right? The only one I skipped was epically geared. You may want this for you, but this is based off epic gear that the characters have, and I don't have any epic gear. So I just didn't buy that one. I don't qualify to finish these off, but I have focus on the core, which is a nice 5 times damage bonus. So everybody should be able to get here by this point. So if you've got this much favor, you've got this many blessings. Hey, Sir Sun, thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. Feral Storm, we're down to needing characters in slots 2, 3, 7, and 11 to be able to attempt to split the party. 3 and 7 will be in the next event. And I have time pieces for 1 gate. Which slot 2 champion would you take of the available ones? Regis. 11, yeah, Avron's is a good first go-to for 11, so you got that one right. But yeah, slot 2, I would say Regis. Regis is a nice, adaptable support, in that he can go either in front of or behind the DPS. and you can adjust his specialization accordingly. He can also do his stuff for either ranged, melee, or magic, and you can adjust that accordingly with his specialization. So it's nice to have that guidance. Sir Son, thanks for all your guides. Recently started playing, just unlocked Azaka last night myself. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I probably could have done this a couple days ago, but I said I was going to do it on stream, so I waited, and we're doing it now. Doing it now. Next up, I feel like, because for me, the next stop is always Dragon Bait. I feel like I should be able to have that ready for next weekend, so we can have back-to-back Sunday streams. There is an event starting this week, though. But I think I can probably get... There's not a lot more left after this, because you have to have 30. You have to have 30 to do split the party, or Azaka's Procession Part 1. Azaka's Procession Part 2 just means you have to have completed Part 1, but that means we're up at 31. Completing this will put us at 32. And Asoriel's Resolve takes 35. So I'll only have to do 3 more variants to qualify for this. What I'm going to have to do beyond that, though, is get me some favor, because I'm only at E16. So once I grab this, it's going to be... I'll knock those 3 variants out, and then it's how much favor can I get, because I've done this at E18 favor, but I had very key champions. I had Avrin, I had Krull, and I had Dinar. And for Dragon Bait's unlock, those are clutch champions to have. And I kind of want to try to do it with core champions. So I'm going to need more favor. And to get to soft cap now, which should let me roll through it with core champions, that's like E22 favor. So we'll see how much I can get. Regis is going to be in a DLC retirement sale coming up if you want to spend like 3. Oh, that's true. Oh, that's true. Coming up. Instead, I mean, you could go over here and whatever, but no. If you come over here to the DLC packs, like right now, you can get a familiar for $2. But if you want Regis, here he is. He's $5 right now, but when he goes on sale, because all these Icewind Dale packs are going on sale, when he goes on sale, it could be like $2, $2 or $3. So you'll get Regis, you get the skin for him, you'll get a feat. It's a fantastic feat, and you'll get some Regis chests and a shiny. Man, I might have to actually buy those on my main account. Yeah. But yeah, that's one way to get Regis. You know, if you don't want to run a time gate. Yeah, Regis is another good choice in my opinion because he's a short folk, and I like the short folk bond. For Ashara, I tend to rock Regis, Freely, and Human, or Penelope. Hold on. Okay. Capium, I hope you can do it with Core because I'm basically in the same spot now. On Azaka or Dragon Bait? Azaka you can 100% do with Core Champions. Absolutely. I've no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that we will finish this today. None whatsoever. Grim Popo, I did Dragon Bait yesterday with just Krull from that group at E22, positioned to the gills without hitting soft cap. Yeah, or potion to the gills. Yeah. That's why I say E22 is almost overkill. Especially if you have Krull, because Valindra will end up at 40 stacks easy with Krull. But I did when Dragon Bait, the Dragon Bait unlock first came out, I unlocked it without using Krull on purpose. I didn't want to use Krull because I felt like Krull was OP. I was like, what? How low can I go? And yeah, there's lots of viable ways to do it without Krull. Once you have Azaka, it would also be interesting to see how you do gold farming with the champions you have in this account. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, We'll see how quickly I unlock. We do this unlock, and maybe we can do a. Maybe I can do a sped up Azaka farm on this before I have to go to dinner. Yeah, maybe. It should be fine. It should be difficult. It shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, I've got at the core, you've got Jarlaxle and Brunor providing gold find, and then you add Azaka, and you're good to go. I already have Dritz, so there's the third. So I'll have 4, champions providing gold find. Man, I haven't done an Azaka farm on a low level account in a long time though. We'll see what happens. Tried to start Dragonbait's first one, but couldn't get close. Like the unlock mission or just the regular adventure? Yeah, Ashara is I feel like Ashara might be a little too strong. But it is what it is. Could I add Eliwick just getting towards 4? I could, but that defeats the purpose of this, which is to show people as a guide in the future that, regardless of what extras are on your bench, you can get through this at these numbers. So that, and if you've got extras, yeah, you can do extras. It's just going to make it easier. So kind of the goal of this series is to do it with a little less power than you might potentially have. 4 weeks into the game, currently stuck on the Dragonbait last stage. The last 2 resurrections take me out. Are you using Arasacia? Are you using Calliope? And if so, are they in position to shield everybody? Regarding gold farming, how do you plan to kill the boss while leaving a normal mob alive? There's a very manual way to do that. That was originally what you had to do back in the day. We'll see what happens. See what happens. Technically, I have crawl, so I could just use crawl to leave one and wait for a leftover. But I don't know. It's this run with only evergreens and base champion. It's my core plus Hitch. Hitch is effectively a core champion because you can unlock him literally the moment you start the game just by signing up for the newsletter. So he's basically a core champion in that regard. You don't have to go do anything in the campaign to unlock him. So he's this weird hybrid of core and evergreen. But yeah, I mean, if Eliwick were in here, where would I? Yeah, I mean, my Eliwick isn't even remotely geared like my Tyrell. I don't know that I would swap Tyrell for Eliwick, quite frankly. Moonbeam is a beast. Moonbeam is one hell of an ability when you've placed him right. Plus, Tyrell is completing my bond for Ashara, and that's far more important than anything Eliwick can provide. So I need 3 stacks to be able to for Paragon of Kirsabal to basically give me a double bond, so I'm getting Potpourri twice. That's way more important than Eliwick. So using Eliwick here, unless you have someone else to light up that 3rd bond for Ashara, you're nerfing yourself putting Eliwick in. Calliope's in the formation, went College of Lore. Yeah, okay. Can't keep up with the amount of meteor swarms at the end. Yeah, you're going to have to find some way to burst the boss down. Or do you have 2 tanks? Are you at least using 2 tanks, like Nayeli and Devotion, if you're using Nayeli for the health share? You need 2 tanks with health share. Plus Calliope. And then it's kind of... I kind of like to save ults for the end, so that You don't really need to burst her down early. That just makes you take more damage sooner, and then you've got to wait for your cooldown. So saving all the ults for the end lets you kind of burn through that at the last moment as your team. Like once one of your squishies dies, you've still got a bud spike, so that's when you just fire it all off. Can Briv jump past 400 and not even have to do that fight? Yeah, but I don't do that kind of stuff personally. To me, the whole point of the game is the challenge of those boss fights. So yeah, I have no interest in skipping them. Archon would allow Elliot, but Archon's garbage. Tyranno. I said this before. If you're bringing Archon in, you're just bringing Archon in for a hot body. Unless he's your DPS, unless you're building your entire formation around Archon DPS, he's just existing as a body in your formation. Depending on what your item level is, he might be adding a little gold find. If you get him up to his health share, he might be showing a little health. Sure, he's lighting up a Shard's Bond, but he has no support buffs whatsoever. So why would you trade? Why would you do that? Why would you make that trade? I don't know. Yeah, it's just not. Like, I like Archon if I'm trying to build an Archon formation, but if I'm not, then Archon is like a waste of space. Much like Jarlaxle. Honestly, Jarlaxle is in here to provide me a massive amount of gold find, like to take me up another order of magnitude in gold find, so that I have as much power as possible by the time I hit the boss. But then on the boss fight, he leaves. He goes out. I don't keep him in. What do I want? I think I want Half-Bloods, right? Yeah. Because that's what I get for free. That at least gets me one. Try 2 tanks in Calliope and 3 tanks, including... Well, don't ever swap Calliope for Briv in that fight. Briv's worse against Valendra. I don't care what people say. If people are like, oh, Briv was great against Valendra, that means they had way more power than they needed. And they were able to get through it with a suboptimal formation. Calliope is much better in that situation than Briv. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I mean, for those, you save up and you use, like, not just a huge potion of every kind. Like, you use every different variety of health potion because they all stack. So the heroism potions, just to get your health up super, super, super high. And you put your tanks in, like, if they've got a health item like this, if they've got tough, or if you've even if you've got the 30% one, if they have it, you run the health on the tanks, and you run the protection one on Calliope like this. Does Tyrell? Tyrell has the 15%, and then he's got resilient. That's the 30% one. So you do that kind of stuff. Yeah. Otherwise, it's formation. It's just kind of the formation, and then making sure you have all the potions, and then how much. Oh, you didn't say how much favor do you have, or did you say that and I missed it? How much favor do you have in Tomb of Annihilation? Yeah, I mean, as a last-ditch effort, if somebody in your formation dies, you could swap Dritz in so that you might get a miss. You're at E19. Okay, so just gold farm. Just get up to E22, and you'll cruise right through it. You should be able to cruise right through it. Make sure you're running, for like the last 100 levels, run a bunch of the gold find potions so you get as much gold as possible when you're doing the Dragon Bait unlock, and then that should assure you reach your soft cap on your champions. Because getting to soft cap, that last upgrade for the tanks is a big deal right now. Like, it's a huge amount of health. So if you can get there, that should give you the health for your whole team that you need. So yeah, in that situation, I think you're the easier fix is just to go push for favor. I am not upgrading optimally, but I've got 150 more levels to go here, so I'm not super worried. When we start slowing down, I'll pay more attention to where my gold's going. Actually, ooh, I could buy some chests. Normally I'm trying to spin that quicker. Hold on, let me go to the gem items. 30,000 is the next one. They really need to swap the order of this, but 30,000 would be the next familiar. I feel like I'll get enough gems for this on the way to Alcoria, because doing all the adventures and all the variants in Waterdeep to be able to unlock Alcoria is going to get me a ton of gems. So I think I'll end up with Armored Juniper there. So yeah, let's just open up a bunch of... Let's get me some gear. Come on, usable blues. Ooh, I got a shiny. I have averaged so far. I got my first shiny from a chest. Maybe 50 chests before I got the achievement for unlocking 1,000 chests. I think I'm averaging less than a shiny and less than 1,000 chests right now. Where did it land? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will take that. I'll take that. Hey, Nayeli, how's that health looking? Yeah, I will take the health bonus. I'll take the health bonus. I don't have a ton of item levels, so it's not huge. It's not huge, but it's better. It's better than it was, and that'll definitely make sure that... I mean, talk about a clutch one going into Dragon Bait next week, right? I was just talking about it. Get all the health you can get. That'll do it. That'll do it. Hold on, let me just hit the hotkey here. Where are we at? Monsters. Yeah, I don't even have it. My highest item level is 29 right now. It's not going to tell me. Is the chest one only at 1,000? It probably is. It must only be at 1,000, yeah. I've only completed 121 runs. So, if anybody wants to track that. 108 achievements overall, so 300% bonus to all champs damage. Yeah. I'm doing better on my events. I think this was probably the first one, and this was the second one. That fight we just didn't see on screen is going to be the actual... That's usually the deciding fight for this variant. So at 290, when you fight the Juggernaut, if you can't beat the Juggernaut, you can't beat a Sararak. But if you can beat the Juggernaut, you can probably smoke a Sararak. Probably smoke a Sararak. I don't think I have any other... Oh, I've got some Electrum chests. Neris. It's probably all going to be Neris gear because... Oh no, it isn't. I was going to say I just unlocked Neris in my time gate. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of Neris gear. That's fine. Okay. Oh, and an Eliwood. Alright. Everything else is gold, so I can't open those. At some point, I may have to, depending on how far I try to take this account, I may have to open gold chests, but for now, we're going to attempt to see how far we can get just with... Like how many evergreens can I pick up just using silvers and electrums? Alright. Still smoking? Yeah. The big thing about this is a Sararak is armored. The Soulmonger just has regular HP. Like, so it's just segmented health. So you just have to do 1 HP of worth of damage, which is basically just about any attack. Which means you can slowly click on it to help reduce the Soulmonger. But the key is we're potentially gonna want to use some potions there. We'll see how much damage we have, but fire breath potions are a good idea there, just to kill off all the trash mobs. And those tentacles, if it'll work on the tentacles. Whatever you can do to just make sure that all of your attacks and your ultimates are hitting a Sararak and the Soulmonger. That just makes everything better. Even if you keep this account free to play without purchases, this will definitely help many people. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's... all of my guides tend to be... like, all the new player stuff is written from a perspective of an account like this when I was playing through and was updated based off those accounts. So, yeah. So, like, my new player reference was done on an account like this, but the only limitation was that it was no cash. That was it. It was just a fully free to play, just to see what natural progression looked like in terms of gearing things up. Whereas this one is just, I'm limiting the power a little bit more to take out some of the, potential RNG. See what happens. Yeah, this is free to play. So I bought, these are gems. These two down here are gems. These two came with the Epic Game Store pack. Like this, I created this account when the Epic Game Store had the giveaway that they gave away a bunch of champions like Krull and Human and Nova, and they also gave away 2 familiars. So this is all free stuff. Broke my free-to-play vow. I bought a $2 familiar. Look, here's the thing, though. If you're paying quality of life and not power, then, I mean, does it really matter? Like, if what you buy in a game is like skins and automation, it's one thing to spend like $100 on chests and champions or something. I mean, and that's totally fine. But I think otherwise, I don't know. Like, it's not a pay to win game. It's just a pay to complete stuff faster. But $2 familiar is $2 familiar. I mean, come on. But yeah, even if I only had the only thing that would change here, if I didn't have these two, the only thing that changes here is that then I have to hover my mouse over here and pick up the gold. Everything else still functions the same way, right? So, yeah. All this is doing is... what did I do? Did I turn the juke... how did I turn the jukebox off? Is that just... no? I don't even know. All right. Yeah, year one, I was free to play, and then I think I won a... well, I know I won. I won the... in one of the raffles, they gave away the Force Grey pack, and I won. Probably a few months into the game. Which was nice. And then... I feel like I don't think I spent money on the game until Strix came out. And when Strix's event went live, I was like, yes, I want... like, I liked the fact that they introduced champions with each event, but up until then it was always campaign, lore, or original champions. And so when they released their first streamer champ for a stream I watched all the time, I was like, yeah, I'm buying some of this, because I want them to do more of that. I bought Shandy when her skin went on sale for $3. Totally worth it to go faster. Hey, yeah. I won the dice set. Should be arriving on Wednesday. I'm jealous. I don't have my dice yet. One day I will have. One day I will have Idle Champions dice. They have some sitting aside for me, but yeah, they do all the. They send out all the stuff for raffle winners and things ASAP. But since I'm in no hurry, I'll get them eventually. There aren't any, so they aren't allowed to sell merch. They have a digital license for the game. They don't have a physical merch license, so they can't sell physical merch. So what they do is when they make stuff, they give it away. Usually they give it away at conventions. Like if you went and saw them at conventions back in the before times, they would have coloring pages at the booth, and you sit down and color a champion. And then they'd give you some dice, and then they hung all the pictures up on the walls. There's pictures online about that. It's pretty cool. So by the end of the convention, their booth was just wallpapered in crayon colored champions, and it was fantastic. But now they just do giveaways in chat and occasionally on Twitter. I spent $5 for Barrowyn's Blessed Hammer a few years ago. Then they changed her. Yeah, I mean she was gonna go away. I mean it was way too broken. That's like yeah, she was kind of the first one that was just break the game broken, like trivialize the game broken, and then Benwyn. If you spent enough money on Benwyn, you could back like the original Benwyn. You could make him break the game broken. Someone did. They went all in on Benwyn. And then I don't know. Nowadays, I guess you could see like the interaction between Briv and Human and Jim as break the game broken, but it's split across 3 champions. It does require a major investment of item levels. You could pay to get there, but that'll change at some point. So few people have actually done it that it wasn't like, we got to fix this immediately. But ultimately it trivializes the game and makes it, no matter what content they put forth going forward with the game in that state, there'd be no challenge for anything if they left it in. How long have I been playing on this account already? A few weeks. I didn't start it right away when that giveaway happened. I just started my Epic Games account, but I didn't start actively playing on it. So I don't know. And I don't play it all the time. I mean, I have a main account that I play hardcore. So I've just been in my free time, like when I have the chance to move stuff through, then I do. I think it's more like, this is where I am in terms of progress. And in terms of my progress, I am working on my second milestone, the first one being unlocking Dritz, the second being unlocking Azaka, and my new player reference. However long it takes you to get there is however long it takes you to get there. Some people have a lot less time to play than others, so. PAX East and South, they did the coloring pages and were giving away a code for Jim. Yep. Yep. Ooh, Gaxpax code. Yeah, we'll take that. Get me another Electrum. It's gonna be gear for Neris again. It's gonna be gear for Neris again, but that's fine. Oh no, it's Briv. Okay. Right. How's my Neris doing? She's not full yet. Yeah, still missing one. Still missing one. Who else? Is anybody else missing one? So that's how I know that it's... I feel like they need to weight chests so that they prioritize completely empty slots over any upgrades, but I don't know. I feel like that's important. But are you doing events with this account? I'm trying, but like I showed a minute ago, I've only done the last two. So effectively, I started actively playing around Founders Day. I didn't do Dragon Down. I don't know what's... Oh yeah, no, this was... Yeah, so I got these two from getting Nova in that thing. So I've been playing actively since Founders Day. I only completed 9 out of 17, and then Midsummer 13 out of 20. So I'm getting better with event progress, but like, what did I do this time around? I couldn't make it to 275, but I completed 225. And I just haven't gone for their achievements. So I did everything. I did everything except get to 275 in the last event. The prior one... Yeah, the prior one I couldn't even get to 175. Wow. So there you go. Founders Day, I couldn't even get to 175, so that was definitely my first event. By the second event, I could get to 238. So this next one should be able to do a lot better. All right, I need to start spending my gold a little more effectively, because now we're getting to the point where it's a little slower progress. So you'll see these tentacles are actually attached to the Soulmonger, and if you want, you can click back here on the Soulmonger. Every couple seconds. Once every 6 seconds, it'll remove a health point from clicking. There we go. It's gone. Now, the tentacles, you no longer have to deal with the tentacles. And that's a big deal, right? That's a lot of distraction that's going on in this fight. So that's super helpful. That's what we're going to... That's basically a dry run of what we're going to have to do at 250 and 300. Duplicate deer or anything is wasted. It gives you higher item levels. So it's the one of the main things that I like about this game is that in chests, you don't end up with just absolute garbage stuff that you don't use. There can be stuff that you just don't place a whole lot of value in using, but I mean, in a pinch, you need it. Like in a pinch, I need all my potions, especially as a new player. As you get to be a veteran player, there's a lot of potions you just don't need, but that's fine. But the duplicate gear, like the item levels I have across here, are all because I've opened up lots of chests, and the duplicates have leveled up the items. I haven't used any blacksmithing contracts. So these are the ones I have. I haven't used any. Well, we'll see. I don't have any plans to use any right now. Again, I almost want to artificially limit the power on this account. And then go from there. Today is a water and root beer kind of day. Root beer because it's Sunday and I deserve a reward. But water because it's real hot. I don't know. I've been going on walks every day, and man, with the heat and humidity, the heat's not. Well, hold on. Before I say the heat's not too bad, it may be that the humidity was not too bad today. No, it's 90. Yeah, so it's humid. 90 and humid. It's supposed to get to the mid 90s today. Up to 100 by the end of the week, but the humidity is just... Whew. Hey, it's kind of hard mode. I mean, to an extent. Sir Sun, the real hard mode was the original challenge that Mars threw out, which was called the Vow of Poverty, where you couldn't open chests at all. I did that for a good long while. Unlocked a bunch of evergreens, and then stopped. Because without gear, while you can do it, the goal of that was kind of to see, is this truly free to play? Because what you buy with cash is power in terms of gear and item levels, right? Could you play it even without the gear, without the aspect that putting money on really made a difference in. And yeah, you can. It just slows things down quite a bit. You need a lot more favor for everything you do to make up for all the power you're losing in gear. I will never do that again. I will never do that again. Even playing without epics, yeah, that's like one arm tied behind your back, but without gear at all was both arms behind the back, just ramming my head against a wall. I literally just started Tomb of Annihilation on my quest for Azaka. Any tips? Yeah, just play through the main story adventures first. So these top level adventures, you know, rescuing the jungle, homecoming, all that, all the way through to the end. So, and complete the Lost Love. Getting to here is going to take you, you're going to need like E15 favor to get through this. Maybe a little lower, but ultimately you're going to want to end up in around the E15 range. And then go back and do some of the easy variants. And I now, in my Guide to Azaka on the subreddit, I have listed out the variants that I did in the order I did them in. And I tried to choose what felt like were the most doable variants. And then I did Azaka's Procession Part 1 with like 4 E15 favor. So you only got to get to 275, and it's a different boss and stuff. And then I got up to right around 4 E16 to attempt Procession Part 2. So that's my tips. E15 before? No, like E15. Like, you want to buy blessings whenever you can afford to buy blessings. So, right, like right now I have 3, 8, 4, E16, and I've spent E15 on blessings because that's how much I could spend with the warning enabled, which is what you want to do. I did not buy this. You might want to buy this because this helps for your epic gear, but I've limited this account to rare only, but I can't buy these without the thing coming up. So this is where I'm at. This is how much it'll get you. Let me throw here. Here's the. Yeah, you always want to buy blessings after every run. You want to, when you start a new run, you want to try to buy. You want to try to buy some more blessings, but you want to make sure that the warnings are enabled, so you're spending money the right way. But there's my guide for Azaka, and that should have everything that got me here. And I updated it as I went. So it should be real hand-holdy now. Not always what I like to do, but hey, if that's what you need, I want to help you out. What's going on, Maelstrom? What blessings do I have in Sword Coast? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Let's go look. I've got double damage, which is the only thing that's going to affect Tomb of Annihilation. I do not have Gem Hunter yet. I do have all of Tier 1. I've got this much in Tier 2. And I've got a little bit, I've got a dab, and a little dab will do you, into Tier 3. But again, this left side blessings don't help me in Tomb of Annihilation. They'll only help me when I go back. So all I really have is double damage that's helping me out. I want this. I should just buy it, but I think after I unlock Azaka, I may have to go do a favor run in Sword Coast just so I can get Gem Hunters, just so I can start getting those gems faster, a little bit faster, just a little bit, just a little bit. Just caught up on my stream from Thursday. Nice. Yeah, I think the double damage should be fine here. Let's see. Coming up, I'm going to go start looking more efficiently at my upgrades. So I'm at 960. If I look down here, I could afford to buy up to 70 levels right now. That would get me to Song of Protection. I don't really care about that. I want damage for the party. I need 15, 6. I need 150 levels on Brunor. This is why I wish there was an X1000, so I could see what's past this, but I just have to spend it. Okay, yeah, I can do this. There's the Brunor. What do we got on Celeste? I actually found Humon has a break where it costs 100. You have to go up 150 levels to get the next upgrade. I'm like, you still have it at X100, guys. Give me a higher X. so I know when I can actually make that purchase. 850 on Celeste. Yeah, 950 is Crusader's Mantle, and we're going to want that. Come on. Give me one more level. What? There we go. Alright, what's next on Nayeli? 620. I want that health upgrade. So I need 30 levels. We should have that momentarily. There we go. Boom. Oh, boom. What do we need over here? 940 for natural performer. What's after that? 1,000 for all champs damage. Yes, please. Makos. 175 for the next Dark Blessing. It works. 1185. Yeah, we can get that. There we go. Alright, so what did I need for Calliope again? 1030. There. Okay, everybody's efficiently upgraded. Are you planning on doing patron variants and getting patron perks on this account? Yes, I plan on this being... on the last time when I made the new player guide, I kind of avoided doing patron stuff. This time I'm diving right into Modron and patrons as quick as I can get it, so I can offer information on that. I'd like to make the game a bit more out with familiars. How often are 2 to 3 offers on sale? Not often. Yeah, so there's a $2 one right now in Xanathar's Goldfish. I recommend getting that. There's also a pair of $5 familiars in the store that aren't on sale, but you know, it just depends on what your budget is. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be some more discounts coming up. I don't know exactly, you know, how much of a discount, but they outlined all that stuff in the blog for the DLC retirement blog. So you can check that out. Did manage to get Ray yesterday. Nice. Oh, without a second Ash Bond. Yeah, that's rough. I just picked up Baloth yesterday and the Time Gate. How do I activate his Jinn ability? I mean, you just level up until it's there, and then when the enemies kill whoever's in your front line, it'll activate automatically. If you're talking about Jinn stacking, that's a whole other I mean, you have to do that, but then you have to swap who's in the front line over and over and over again. It's a whole manipulation thing. These sales, the sales that are going on right now will happen. I think they're going to rotate weekly for a few weeks in August. They're up the whole time on PlayStation. They've been on PlayStation already. Everything's for sale at one time on PlayStation. But the other platforms are broken up week by week. So the goldfish that's on sale right now for $2 is only up for 3 more days, and then it's going to rotate out, and then there'll be a week of other sale of a couple other things on sale. So right now these are the 2 familiars that are on sale right now: the goldfish and the Arctic fox. I need to buy the Arctic fox on my main account. I keep forgetting. All right, who do we have? We're going to go ahead. We always prioritize our DPS first, as long as our tank's alive. Well, when you're killing things fast, you don't have to do the Jinn stacking. The Jinn stacking is for when you stop killing things quickly and you need more power. You don't do it at the start of your run. You do it towards the end. I mean, I guess you could do it at the start of your run, but if at some point you looked the wrong way and someone died for real, then you got to do it all over again. But yeah, I don't know. I always do it towards the end. I only do it if I actually need it. It basically is my point. 1100 for Bardic Inspiration. We don't have that much yet. All I really care about on Jarlaxle is getting him to another piracy, and he doesn't have anyone even visible there. 945 here. I need 1040. I need 90 banked on her. I'm not close to that. Okay. 1620. Yeah, we can do 1620. Okay. A 90 for Natural Performer. Oof, 30. All right. Why do I keep? I always do this. I always close it and go to someone else. 85. Nothing for a while. All right. Yeah, we're in an interesting trough for upgrades. Well, I mean, you're new, so you need it. You're only reaching 275. That's fine, but that means you don't really have to do it until in the 250s, right? Like know that the formation you have in is the formation you're going to want, and then start killing them off one by one, and then push with that, right? I don't know. I mean, you do however you want to do it, but if it's, I mean, you've got to upgrade Baloth to his ability first, so you've got to get a certain distance in, right? Wow, I got to get to 1375 before I get a viable upgrade for Tyrell. Unacceptable. Just got Baloth on my second account on Friday's buff when Jin stacking is 211 while my other buffs are in the EO40, EO6 range. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's a very manual manipulation type of scenario, and it can give you lots of power, but man, is it annoying. I really don't like it, but I don't like doing it, so I'd rather not, but when I have to, then I'll do it. I don't think I've noticed about the PlayStation version. It's hard to see upcoming buffs, although it could be missing something. I don't think they have this button down here that says show upcoming. I think this is a PC UI thing. I don't think it's in the console UI. I asked them recently why they don't just show all the buffs, and they were like, "Well, we don't want to overwhelm people." And I'm like, this isn't a situation of overwhelming people, because you just, you just either you give them this option and you turn it off, and then if they want to see everything, they can turn it on, and then just make sure that's on all platforms, and you're golden. But it's required information, in my opinion, to be able to see what's coming with your character. I don't think it's overwhelming to give them information that's, they're going to use to make informed decisions. All right, I'm going to click back here on the Soulmonger manually. I'm not worried about a Sararak. Honestly, if we weren't even taking stuff off of him yet, I'd be okay. Just as long as the Soulmonger dies and I get rid of the tentacles. Come on, die, Soulmonger. There we go. So now we just have to worry about a Sararak and his minions. Calliope's putting in work. You notice Makos, I'm pointing at the screen, folks. Can you see my finger? Makos was almost dead because Makos wasn't getting shielded by Calliope because I forgot to ult with Calliope. Sorry, my man. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's one thing you want to do before that fight is, about 3 minutes before you're going to hit 300, ult with Calliope. So maybe after the Juggernaut, or even on Juggernaut, honestly. Ult on Juggernaut, and by the time you get to a Sararak, it should be back. Boy, I can't believe he almost died because I forgot. We need a third-person cam. Yeah, I thought about it, but the view isn't pretty. Like, not that this view is pretty, but it's very much this way is lights and wires and poles and monitors and a bed in the background and dusty speak. I gotta dust my speakers. And a desk that's got Post-its all over it. It's not the greatest view. All right, I am prioritizing. I waited for this one because this is a bond ability, and we all know Ashara double dips on her bonds with Potpourri, so I prioritize that. Then we go to 90 here. What do I got to get now? 1100. Yeah, we got that. We got that. We got 645 up to 700. Not even close. I need 90. Yeah, 90 on Calliope. Man, I need like 130 on Brunor. Yeah, he's just not getting an upgrade for a while. He's just not getting an upgrade for a while. When it gets to 100 like this, and I don't know like how many levels I have banked, I spend to get him to show up at a lower number, and then I go look. But I don't spend if I'm not getting an actual upgrade, I tend to not spend that. It's just that at that point, if it gets to 100, the gold loss is minimal. Okay, I still need 115 to get him to an upgrade. Starlaxle got piracy coming up anytime soon. 1100. Wow. Okay. You're not helpful. You're not helpful at all. Is anybody coming up on anything? I need 90 on Hitch. Here's another. Yeah, I guess we're just going to this one. Boom. Alright. Now I don't have to worry about Tyrrell for a while, right? Oh, no, he gets a movement before. Yeah, 75 levels, so that's going to be a while. Let's see what else we got. I know I can put a little over here. That'd be fine. Alright. I just don't want to spend gold unless I'm getting a group upgrade or group protection at this point, now that I'm coming in on my goal level. Yeah, flying free, there's the thing. You can't bench or swap any champs once you've done your Jin stacking, or else the Jin buff goes away. And for me, I don't have my final pushing group in until later. I use speed champions first. So for me, just in my head, why would I Jin stack early? I'm not even relying on power. So yeah, I don't know. For me, that's the difference. In this formation, you want Calliope in the spot where Azaka is. They made that on purpose. To a certain degree, I mean, I think they did it more because you're protecting her as you escort her through. But yeah, it does mean that Calliope can't shield everyone. But then again, that's what her ult's for, right? Would you not be doing more damage with Jarlaxle? No. No. Thrasis, I have Ashara in Potpourri bond. Ashara Potpourri. That means it's increasing her damage, but then I also have, because I have 3 stacks, 3 people who qualify for Potpourri, her, Makos, and Tyrrell, she gets that bonus again. So this is way more damage than Jarlaxle, and you would not, Jarlaxle is not going to help you out in the fight we're going to be getting into. So yeah, I did a whole guide on this just a week and a half ago. So not yesterday, but a week ago yesterday. Garwa's guide to the Ashara meta. It's now up on the Cena Games YouTube channel. So, oh. How did I? CNE. I knew I changed the name. CNE tutorials. There you go. There's the list. Should be all the way at the bottom, I think. What does he need to get to now? 1100. Not quite there. Alright, she's almost there. I need 60 on her. There it is. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people go, oh my god, I started using Ashara the right way, and now I'm going over 100 levels further than I was before. Like, that's not hyperbole. I literally had somebody message me that. So yeah, when you do Ashara the right way, she absolutely destroys Jarlaxle. I mean, when you start off, Jarlaxle is great, but you can transition out of Jarlaxle pretty quickly. Surson, I was one of those people. Yeah, I've had multiple people tell me that, so I did not think it was going to make that much of a difference for people, but I'm awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I was not sure how that specific tutorial was going to go. Because we'd never really done a meta tutorial, like, you know, just something that's specifically, hey, I'm going to teach you how to use this meta champion, because metas change, and we wanted, like, tutorials that were going to be around and valid for a long time. But there we go. Now we've done a Shara and a Zorbu now. This coming Saturday, because the event starts, we will be doing a Shara's Guide to a Garen's Day. So I'll go over the event and all the event champions, which are Omen and Jim, plus the new champion Prudence. Prudence, coming from the Oxventures Guild, I believe. That's not a stream I watch, so Prudence is new to me. Thanks, Maelstrom. Any requirements for the event? Just that you play the game. Ashara's Guide. No, it's Garwa's Guide to Ashara. It's just my Ashara guide, right? Yeah, the events are pretty straightforward. I have if you look on... Hold on. I think I normalized this so that everyone can use the same command. I did! Hey! So there's my guide list. There's one in there called like Garwa's Guide to Event Planning. So if you want to prepare, if you want to read up and be a little, you know, educated before the event starts, that's going to explain how events work and kind of what you should have in mind going into it. And then when the event starts, I do on the day the event starts, within like an hour, I usually have a guide up specifically for the event, which will have all of the information just about those champions and what's going on in the event specifically that you got to keep an eye on. And like 75. We're making steady progress, and I haven't even been paying attention because I've been trying to upgrade efficiently. But that's where my focus is. As long as I'm doing that, the game will let me know if I need to pay attention to it. We're coming up on 290, though. Again, like I said, 290 is the kind of do or die level. We face off against the Juggernaut. And the Juggernaut moves real slow, but when he gets to your tank, he does all the damages. All of them. He hits real hard. And so you've got to... He's armored. It's armored. You've got to kill it real quick. If you have champions that allow you to CC, you know, crowd control, like stun it or push it back, that's great. We have that. We have Nayeli's Banishing Smite, which will stun. We have Shara's Fireball, which will knock back. And then you just got to chew through it before it chews through Nayeli. That's really just going to be our goal when that pops up. We got another bond coming up. This will ensure that we're just destroying all the armored chunks. Again, I feel like one of those early picks, if you happen to get Dinar before you unlock Azaka and Dragonbait, I feel like Dinar is clutch. That doesn't mean go get Dinar. It's just one of those things. If you happen to, you know, if they happen to be your best choice out of a time gate, you know, fantastic, because not only can Dinar heal anybody, it's a heal over time, but anywhere in the party, Dinar's knockback keeps the Juggernaut away from you and makes the Juggernaut a breeze, and then the health anywhere in the party helps a lot on Belindra. Ashara's Guide to Garwar win. I don't know. You'll have to ask Ashara when she writes that one. She's going to write that one. Not super hyped for this batch of characters. Maybe Prince will be cool. I mean, Jim has been this kind of required character. Jim is like a quality of life character currently. You don't necessarily use him in all your formations, but you use him a lot if you have leftovers. And then Omen is a core requirement in my Azaka farming formations, quite frankly. So it's a good set of pickups. I don't know how Prudence is going to be. She looks real interesting. She looks like she'll be a variant-based DPS option for her slot, for slot 5. And I'm excited about that because right now, I can't even show off who's in slot 5. It's just not necessarily the greatest. People are already theory crafting Prudence, so I don't have Jim or Ishii. Some dummy decided to take a couple years worth of the game, and I'm just now starting to pick up champs I don't have. But the Housemaster, did you had you signed up for the newsletter? Because if you had, you've got a couple years of newsletter codes that are still valid because those never expire. So go get you all the chests if you did, and then just make sure you're grabbing all the codes out of the Discord. There we go. Here's the Juggernaut. Here's the Juggernaut. Man, we're not even getting through the trash mobs. Oh no. Oh no. So, like I said, this is our check. Do we even have the damage to get through the Juggernaut? I thought we were going to breeze right through this, but maybe I'm going to have to do some farming. Maybe I'm going to need some potions. Maybe I'm going to have to switch to Minsk. 1240. Okay, I can get Ricochet off. Yeah, look at that. Nayeli's almost dead. We're not taking any chunks at all. Yeah, the DPS is too low. This is an E91 construct. E91 construct. We're about to get rolled over. All right. All right. Well, we've got potions for this. We've got potions for this. 1950. Is there any upgrades I can do, though? Oh, God, there's nothing coming up. Look at this. Self-damage, 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 self-damage. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Bruno. Thanks a lot. I don't need self-damage. I need you helping the team out. I need you to be a team player. All right. So, 289. I mean, that was just hard stop. That wasn't even like oh, we almost got it. That was a hard stop. Oh, that was painful. Okay. So yeah, these are E89. So the boss went up to EO2 difference in health. Off of the rats on the level before. Why not upgrade Ashara? Because Ashara isn't getting to an upgrade. I have to get to 565 to upgrade Ashara. See? If I could upgrade Ashara, I'd have a green box here. Just putting these levels, just putting a single level into it isn't doing what you think it's doing. Now, as a brand new player in the tutorial in your first runs, it could be helpful. Well, in the tutorial, I think. But after that, you need to get to an actual upgrade. Because a single level in Ashara and any champion is a 1% increase in damage. It was green a second ago? Oh, well, I don't know. I didn't notice then. But we'll get some more gold here. We'll get some more gold here. This is where, I mean, it's green like this. Like it's green right now. Is that what you meant? Yeah. So here's the difference. What I'm doing is you can't tell. I'm pushing Alt down. Alt is the hotkey to show me if I can level to the next upgrade. I need 15 levels to get to the next upgrade, so I can't. Now, if I take that off because I'm on X100, it's going to show as green. But if I put it on upgrade, it's usually people run on upgrade. But when I'm here, when I'm this far in, I need to see 100. So I know how many banked levels. I call them banked levels that I have. So all this gold that I have is in the bank, and it could buy this many levels on the different champions. And then I look at their upgrades to see if spending that many levels would actually get me anything that I need. And right now it doesn't. No, I need to get well over 100 there. Yeah, I don't use I use upgrade early on when I'm not worried about spending my gold efficiently, but later on you can greatly improve your pushing power by upgrading efficiently, which is what I've been trying to demonstrate by by looking at how many, like how much does it cost to get me an upgrade. I can get protection. I don't need protection, I need damage. So damage is going to cost me from 1200 to 1275. I need 75 levels. If I look down here, I've only got 47 in the bank, so I can't, I'm not even close to upgrading Calliope. That's the thing, that's what I'm looking for when I look at this stuff. I don't care about upgrading to these other upgrades, because these are self-damage for support champions. I need Crusader's Mantle, 1120. That's close. I'm at 74. But I'll probably get a Char's upgrade before then. Bruenor doesn't even have a visible upgrade for 180 levels. Come on. Throw me a freaking bone here, man. 240 for Makos. Yeah. So a Char will be the next upgrade. A Char will be the next upgrade. Yeah, different champions do have those different self-damage troughs. Tyrell has a couple pretty wicked ones that are just pretty rough, and you got to kind of keep those in mind, because if you keep upgrading them to the next upgrade, you're effectively wasting money. That's why I let it build up until it shows 100. If it shows 100, I'll still go with another 1 or 2 upgrades. Like Bruno right now is on 100, but I know we just got there, and I know he needs 180 levels, so I don't even bother. I don't even bother throwing one down. But eventually, after I upgrade a Char, I'll come throw Bruno a bone and just upgrade him to 1 upgrade, just so that I can move I can increment his upgrades a little further and help me get through that, because giving him that 1 upgrade isn't going to take much gold away. It would take E46, so it would barely take off anything from that list. But yeah, I'm going to target a Char with the next one. Come on, come on. Oh, 886, we're so close. Have you ever requested a hide completed levels checkbox? No, because I don't... I get why you might want that as we get further and further in the game, but honestly, I think the bigger quality of life upgrade, if they're going to make it, is just to show all the upgrades. It's just to show all the potential upgrades to everyone. Yeah. Put clicker on upgrade, ignore, fixed. Yeah, no. No. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that took 50 levels away from Bruenor, so... Yeah. Alright. What's our damage at now? Yeah. Okay. We're at E89. We can try it. Let's try it. Worst thing happens is we die. Otherwise we back up and we farm some more. Scrolling to the bottom all the time is annoying. But it's functional. And they're not going to make changes, like... Their priorities are going to be, after they finish releasing Trials of Mount Tiamat, they're going to be on a big bug fix crusade for a while. And then we may get some quality of life upgrades, but those quality of life upgrades are going to be targeted at things that are a very big deal. Oh, we're up to E90. Okay. Okay, come on. Are we getting... No, we're still not taking away a single chunk. Ah. Not a single chunk. All right. I feel I'm going to fire off Jarlaxle's ultimate just to see if it removes anything. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Nope. Nope. I'm not getting anything with ultimates. We're getting stuff off of Shara, though. Nayeli's dead the next time this guy hits her. Still not getting ultimate damage. Still not getting ultimate damage. Yeah, but Ashara... So we're real close. We're real close. I need that ramp up. We're still at the point where we need the ramp up from tank flight to do stuff. And we need to be taking stuff out just base without her having to do that. Alright. I'm going to throw down. This is something I probably should have done from the beginning. Like from the beginning, I probably should have thrown down clairvoyance potions, just to get more gold. That's a good idea. Like I said, probably from around like level 200 on, I should have thrown down like an hour-long clairvoyance potion, just for more gold gain. I'm also going to use fire breath here. And you know what? I'm going to speed it back up again because our speed kind of wore off. Alright. So we'll farm a little bit faster. A little bit faster. I wanted to see if I could do it without the potions, basically. And yeah, I could if I spent more time farming on this level, but I don't think that's super enjoyable stream content. I hope they won't have to deal with such a big amount of bugs as with Modron at the release. I don't think I can comment on that. I can tell you that there were, when I was beta testing, when I was closed beta testing the Modron stuff. Oh, like people think there were a lot of bugs at release with Modron stuff, and not really. They were just the hard to track down ones. There were so many more that they fixed before the public actually ever saw it. They did serious work finally getting that to launch. It's just you have no perspective on that, right? Currently, I mean, we haven't had the game shutting down for everyone, which was a kind of a thing that happened a couple times before the Modron launch. So this one feels better. Feels better. Yeah, I could bring. I could throw Jarlarxle out, and I could bring in Minsk. He has all champs damage bonuses, which would probably put us over the top. Yeah. Fenny said that about the newsletter codes. I signed up when the game first launched and just recently started playing regularly. Had 4 years of codes in my inbox. Yeah, and they all work. And they all work. All right. Oh, God, we need 40 levels for an upgrade on Ashara. That's basically, hi, go upgrade other people, because I'm not going to answer the phone for a while. 75. Give me one more. There we go. Okay, that gets us damage and protection. Did we see? No, we still don't see anything out of that. I'm going to give him an upgrade just to see if we can see any. No, still nothing. Okay. 1600. Oof. That's a ways to go. That's a ways to go. What's Celeste at? 1040. We need 80. Yeah, we can do that right now. Okay, Niali feels like is going to be next. 750. This is a huge chunk of health. Look at that. 3570. That's almost a 50% increase, right? We're at what, 40%? 40, 45? That's a nice health bump, and we're about to get that. We'll just go ahead and prep that. I'm just going to dump in so I know that's where I'm spending. On hard bosses, I like to bring in Minsk just to use his ult. It's surprising how much extra damage it makes them take. Yeah, and that is a swap here. When we go to do this the next time, whatever we have, I'm gonna do that. I'll probably level up after I get these characters to some of these solid milestones. We'll probably just use Minsk. I'll level Minsk up, and we'll use his ultimate specifically for that. I feel like with the ultimate we could chew. I feel like just with his all champs damage we could chew through the Juggernaut. But since we can't get another upgrade for Ashara for 40 levels, there's no reason hanging out here for much longer. Can I get to 60? That feels like that's a long ways to wait. I don't know. We'll see. 210. No. 40, 85. Ugh. Still nothing with... Hold on. Yeah, give me the mass cure wounds. And let's take him up there just so I can stop looking at that horrible desert. Nothing here at all. Anything now? Nope. Alright. We want undead. We want undead. Slowing down a little bit because... Okay, 80, 700... 65... 885. Okay, yeah, now we're in efficient leveling for Minsk. 1830, 2000. I gotta get to 2000? He has a 250 level, just nothing. 1750 to 2000. Oh, Brunor. Oh, Brunor. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and try this. We're gonna go ahead and try this. Oh, yeah. Come on. No! No! Oh, my. Okay, okay. No, no, alright. Come on, attack. There we go. Set that new bud. There we go. So that's a key. After you use Minsk's ult, wait for your DPS to attack whatever they ulted to spike your bud before firing off any more ultimates. Because ultimates on their own will not take into account the debuff. You have to let the DPS attack and spike your bud first. So there we go. Shouldn't stacks remain when switching parties or closing the game? Ooh, I don't know. Probably not. I feel like it's Azaka stuff, so... Like it's Azaka level type things. And since it restarts the level, it probably restarts those buffs. What? We want undead? Shandy and Neris have an opinion on that. Well, I mean, we want to specialize in killing undead. I think Shandy and Neris would appreciate that. Yeah, right, Real Bunny Beast? I remember for so long not being able to unlock Azaka. And other people, like the end-game players, like, you know, the super high-level players, because I was definitely not back then. No, I don't think I am now either. I'm just more end-game than most. They had Azaka and were all ranting and raving about, oh, look at how much gold we have now. This is wild. And it took me months after the first people, after Azaka was released to actually unlock Azaka. Okay. We're going to do one last level check. Can we get anyone? No, that's 2,000. That's right. I don't even know why I looked. 1125. No, it's like almost 100. 780. We're about halfway to that. I feel like Jarlaxle offers us nothing at this point, so we're just going to put Minsk in. Because Jarlaxle brings nothing to the table. Calliope... 1430. Yeah, nothing. Okay, I'm going to turn off progress while I double check all of these. I don't want to jump into that fight ahead of myself. I need over 100 for Minsk. 85. 85 for Hitch. 30. Oh, that's fairly close. 30 for Makos. And that would get us triple damage. 290. I need 600. I don't know how far away that is. Not that far. I think we can make that. Okay. So we're going to go to 600 here. Before we hop in, I just want to make sure I get at least one more upgrade before I jump in on this fight. I'm also letting my all my timers come back. So we'll farm out these cooldowns. And then we'll see if we can beat a Sararak. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got to wait for that cooldown. I want everyone at max group party shields before I go into the Sararak fight. That will be helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Just did, Maelstrom. Thank you. I also couldn't beat the variant at release. Then I waited so long, but then the next time I tried, didn't even notice that I just killed the last boss. Yeah. Yeah. That can happen. That can happen. I feel like... Hey, Black Widow. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Take Minsk out if I'm farming. Oh, yeah, that's true. We want more gold. I feel like we're listening to the wrong song at the moment. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? I need to... I swear, I gotta talk to Dylan and see if they'll let me just make my own cuts of these. I can pull up at any time. I do love me some bardic inspiration. I just hate scrolling through and trying to find the songs I want to listen to. That's not it. So it was after that one. Holy. Seriously. There it is. Okay, let me pause the in-game music. This is the right song. Let me restart so it doesn't do double audio. My bad. I forgot I had the speakers on. Saturday or Sunday streams, folks. This is how it works. Yeah, that was a fast song. That's a fast song. He's all, yeah. I'd be tired at the end of that one too. EO9 Grand. Oh, Tomb of Annihilation. EO5. Oh yeah. You don't have enough favor. You don't have enough to favor. Uh, yeah. You need like E10 more favor. You got to be at the E16 range to complete Azaka's Procession Part 2. Unless you have a lot of power from somewhere else. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work otherwise. So yeah, I'm at basically 4E16, which, as we found out, wasn't necessarily enough gold. If I had been at 5E16, or if I had had 1E17, we probably wouldn't have had to stop and farm. In Sword Coast, though, with Torm, I am at EO9, so just as long as you have that double damage one when you leave Sword Coast. It'd be nice to have Gem Hunter before leaving Sword Coast, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I might recommend prioritizing picking that up before you leave, but like getting enough favors so you can pick that up before you leave. Because starting that gem grind early is just going to be better for everybody. Okay. I was going to upgrade one more person. Who was it? I don't think I have. Yeah, we're not going to get. Now we're at regular gold fine levels. We're not going to get there. All right. So I think we're good to go. Oh yeah, we're going to put Minsk back in. Does he have an upgrade? No, not till 885. Okay. All right. Away we go. The reason I reset, I don't care that I don't have a shield on Nayeli here. I did the ultimate, the Impale ultimate for Calliope to make sure that Makos was shielded. Now, mid-fight, I don't have to do that. Mid-fight, I can always just swap Calliope around just to trigger a shield on Makos, but it's just easier to go into it with that shield. I am going to go in. I'm going to go ahead and pop a Fire Breath Potion for this fight. So make sure you have like a 15-minute Fire Breath, because I want all these trash mobs that are spawning in to just be dead. I want them dying right away. I want all of my attacks focused on a Sararak, the Soulmonger, and the Tentacles. And I am going to be clicking directly on the Soulmonger during the fight, just to try to take it down a little faster. A little faster. Alright, so immediately I'm going to be back here clicking. I don't think I can. I might be able to click the tentacles away. The familiars might click the tentacles away, though, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and... Yeah, I think they get toasted. We're going to go ahead and Minsk ult. Oh, that was the wrong button. We're going to go ahead and Minsk ult. Oh, jeez. Okay. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I'd like to get through the Soulmonger a little quicker than this. One thing that it would be nice... Actually, here, we're going to do this. We're going to Jarlaxle ultimate. And then I'm going to put Minsk back in. Because why not use that ultimate? Wow, we're going to kill a Sararak before the Soulmonger. That's because of the undead. We're getting a lot of straight up damage across a Sararak. I guess because of Minsk. Ashara is stunned. This is why you got to kill the tentacles. Now we're going to get back in there. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we got this. We got this. This is why you want to kill the tentacles the second they come up, if you can. Because then they don't stun your party. And that's bad. That's bad. I could click slower. He's dead. He's dead. There we go. Yay! So see, that wasn't horrible. That wasn't horrible. Yeah, Minsk's air assaulting is working. Oh, that's the other thing this weekend. I do have a Minsk. See, just to be 100% transparent, there is an Ashara buff this weekend and a Minsk buff. I do have extra bonuses from that. So I think, well, honestly, I feel like people are going to have some purple gear, but I think I'm still going to recommend maybe E17 favor. In fact, yeah, I'm going to update my guide for that. I'm going to update the guide and say E17 favor. Just so if people want to try it with lower, that's fine. That's fine. But let's go. Let me go. What do we got? What do we got? There are 2 notices about this. Nope, I wrote the wrong number there. E17. Okay. I added in a line that says, I recommend targeting E17 favor as your target, as your favor target. Going into Azaka's procession, parts 1 and 2 is that should remove any need to farm up before the bosses. So it's not that you can't do it lower. It's just that, you know, it makes it easier. It makes it easier. Okay. We are done here. Let's get us some Azaka action. Let's get us some Azaka action. I have some time. Maybe we'll try to speed potion our way to a favor run. Because I do need a lot more favor. I'm at E16. It's probably better to have like E22, E20 to E22 going into Dragon Bait. So this time actually I'm going to throw in my speed formation. Yeah. Actually, we'll go ahead and throw Aliwick in this. Oh yeah, I don't have familiars. Car, come on. You don't have familiars right now. I was like trying to place familiars to auto level stuff up. Well, I don't have any familiars. All right, there we go. Let's get all the gold finds set up. So I've added in lots of rogues to do roguey stuff. Really, the rogues are just there to trigger Jarlaxle's bonus. I added Dritz because of the drow, because that triggers Jarlaxle's bonus. Yeah, that's it. How am I going to want to do this formation, though, ultimately? Ultimately, this is going to need to go back here. Ashara is going to end up over there. I can move back a little more. Probably more like this and like this. So I can do this. Yep. Alright. Now let's throw a lot of speed on this. Let's throw a lot of speed on this so that we can try to get to some Azaka farming. Ooh, hey, silver chests. Give me gear. Give me gear. Alright. Yeah, I got some Azaka gear out of that. So Azaka's going to be all the way over here with no gear on her. With no gear on her. Do I have any gems? I have some gems. Let's go buy some silver chests. Oh, I don't have enough that I need to go there. I can just buy it straight from here. Please. For the love of Azaka gear. Give me some Azaka gear. Okay, that's better. There we go. I got whites across the board. That's better than nothing. That's better than nothing. Dash is in effect. Do I have enough to get his? No, I do not. Okay. Oh, music. Music. I'm like, why is it so quiet? Oh, because you paused that when you were listening to Sararak. He's coming back. Yeah, there's always free weekend buffs, but these were specifically some clutch buffs, right? Because I was relying on Ashara as my DPS, and it's a buff to Ashara's bonds, and I was double dipping with Ashara's bonds, so that helps me more than once. And then Minsk, we were using Minsk Undead against lots of things, so yeah, it was kind of a big deal. How much favor do I need for Alcoria and Waterdeep Dragon Heist? Probably E22. E22 is when we throw out that number, it's because that's currently what lets you soft cap your champions, so get them all the upgrades. And that's basically when we say that, it's because we want you to. Hold on. Which one do I want? It's the green one for gold find, right? Yes. And I want Bounty in the Hall. What we're trying to do is get you to the point where you have all the upgrades and thus all the power you can get from favor before going in to give you the best possible chance. And then it's just up to your champions, like what champions you have and the formation you're building. Right? So we're trying to remove that equation of, well, do I have enough gold? And getting to soft cap is right now an E22 target. And then you don't have to worry about that part. I mean, you still want to run like an epic gold find potion or an hour-long gold find potion during the last 100 levels, something to give you to ensure that you hit that max. But it's not. I haven't even assigned a feat to her. Here we go. Give me that gold find. Yeah, it's not as big of a deal. I mean, it's. For Alcoria, you can't just steamroll it with favor like you can with Azaka. Dritz, Azaka, and Dragonbait, you can effectively steamroll with favor. Alcoria, because the restriction for Alcoria's variant is base magic attack, magic users only. So their base attack has to be a magic attack. It's the big limiter on that is, well, what champions do you have? Because you've got to meet that requirement, or you're not really gonna do it. Not really gonna do it. Oh, I can hide that. That's not. This can go away. Boom. I don't know why I had that up the whole time. This account doesn't have anything I need to hide on it. Rare will probably be really hard without epics. Oh, I don't know if... That's the thing. Like I said, I'll go as far as I can without epics, but I don't know that I can unlock Alcoria or Rhea without actually having epic gear. I think I can get Dragonbait, but yeah. Do you have speed potions for most runs? No. Not on this account. I'm literally only using speed potions because I'm doing this on stream. Otherwise, I'd be saving them for some other thing in the future. I don't know. I save my speed potions to use on streams. But whatever potions I do have is because I'm buying. People have been watching me do it. As I get gems, I'm buying silver chests and I'm opening them. That gets me potions. And I use those. These epics were from the summer celebration. Those were the freebies from the daily login rewards. That's the only reason I have those. So once I've used all the epics until the next, well, it'll be the anniversary celebration. The anniversary celebration will happen in September, and then I'll get some more epics. But yeah, I kind of want to try to do Dragonbait without opening gold chests, but I feel like it's a realistic expectation that by the time you're in Waterdeep, you've got you've got some epics. Decent number. I feel like you should at that point. I feel like by the time you're trying to unlock Alcoria, you should have some epics across at least your core and evergreen champs. So I think we may have to switch to that. once we get there. I think what I'll do is, like I said, I think I will have. I think on the way to Ulcoria, I should earn 30,000 gems easy. I'll buy Armored Juniper as my target, and then I'll just start, buying more gold chests. By then, hopefully, we'll be mostly greens. I mean, mostly blues. We're missing 1, 2, a bunch here. The thing is once I start buying golds, these will fill in real fast. That's why I think the transition for the gems visual aid, I think the transition needs to be adjusted so that once you have at least greens, then start buying gold chests. If that's not what it says already. I think we said get blues first, but no, get at least greens and then start buying gold chests. Because those golds will fill in those others real fast. Real fast. So I have cleared, I feel like I've cleared, hold on, let me look on my achievements. 400. I have cleared 400 before. I think that was in the event. So we should be able to get into the 300s to try to Azaka farm for the first time. Man, this is going to be interesting because I have not attempted to Azaka farm on a new player account in a very long time. A very, very long time. It's a silver to full green, then by gold. Oh, excellent then. Oh, hey, I've got a command for that in my chat. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. So we did do that right. It's time to graduate to gold chess. Excellent. Full bloom. Now you should have a much better feel for the game. So mix their feats and more familiar. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we got that right. So then the only thing that needs to change is the Mage Hand familiar, which we have at tier 2 setting. It needs to go up to tier 1. Because it's only 250 gems now. Like, it literally should be the first thing you buy for gems in the game. Anything else? There's so many more things on that gem cost thing. He might just have to throw that out. I don't know. Mars has to find time to do this stuff. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him and see, because that definitely could use just a slight nudge. How much favor do I have in Calibor? Just under 4E16. 384 E16, I think, is where we're at. Would make us be better for gold farming without using crawl. I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. I will try. Well, hold on. Do I have a potion of specialization? I do. I do. Okay. Excellent. We'll try it. We'll see. The thing I don't like about Makos farming is that it's very... depending on how you do it, it can be very manual manipulation. Because to do it optimally, you would want to do a similar thing to Azaka farming, and that you want to make sure that you swap in gold find champions and then hit his ult to clear the wave to get as much gold as possible. But then you want to switch back to the regular champions to stay alive while his ult cools down. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And what even is my gear on Makos? Do I have the... Okay, I do. I've got a blue on Dark Luck and Dark Blessing, so that's, that's okay. So that'll be helpful. More helpful. Did I get... Oh, 385 E16 now. But yeah, so I'm still under E16. Yeah, no. Oh no. Are we at the point where I'm going to have to put in actual... Nope, okay, not yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think it's time I have to put a Shara in, though. Or we're real close. If not right now, we're real close. Any reason why you're doing this particular free play for favor farming? No. I just picked one. I don't know. I don't even know if it's good for favor farming. We'll find out. I don't really track like what's the best one. People ask me that all the time. What's the best adventure for favor farming? I don't know. I just pick one and go do it. Yeah, not the greatest advice, but it's because it's just not something I pay a whole lot of attention to. There we go. Helps if I build a formation that actually buffs DPS. Alright. This one doesn't have any armored hit-based enemies. That's definitely a pro for this one. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking, is I didn't remember Ring of Regeneration having any headache bosses. But honestly, I couldn't remember. If I was low on potions, I'd probably think it out a little more. No, I don't think I would. If I was low on time, I would. Because I would want to do the most efficient use of my time. But we're really just trying to push and demonstrate something. I don't... Like, it would be nice if I also made a lot of gold, but my gear on Azaka is so garbo at the moment that I don't know how well this is going to even turn out. I really don't. Okay, we're going to have to put power in now. Yeah, eventually I got to switch out of the gold, initial gold click damage, and actually put power champions in. I mean, we're using fire breath, but I don't know why I was leveling up inefficiencies. Yeah, I mean, you want to try to look for something that doesn't have a... You want to try to look for something that doesn't have armored bosses or one-shot bosses. Hits-based isn't as bad. Hits-based is actually, if you end up on a hits-based boss as your Azaka farm, that's easy. Because then you just can slowly click that thing to death and leave the rest of the enemies, right? It's much easier to get rid of that boss on. But yeah, no armored, please. Should I farm favor until my next campaign goes to... Next campaign? Or next adventure? You know, you might be using different terminology, and the terminology in this game matters, because these on the left are campaigns, but these are adventures. So, and then these are variants. Like little drop-down ones, these are variants. Generally speaking, you don't want to do... Like, when you go to a next campaign, if I go over here, this is never... I can't farm favor in other campaigns to make this show as easy or green. Because this difficulty rating is 100% based off the favor I have in this campaign. And I can't raise this favor until I go farm favor in it. Now, if I'm in Tomb of Annihilation like I am right now, if I want an adventure to show up as green, I have to farm more favor in that campaign. So in that regard, yes, it's good to farm favor until the next thing you're going to do shows as green, just to give yourself the best shot at doing it. But you'll never make the next campaign show as green, which is why I was a little... I wanted to clarify that. Yeah, adventure, I'm new to the game. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that's why we got to make sure there are certain terms in this game that you want to make sure you're, as you're learning the game, that you're using the term for each thing, because that can change the advice you're given quite a bit sometimes. I was looking at Azaka guides. It was mentioned armored boss levels were not good, but I don't know why, as it guarantees a boss with 40 stacks that should give the most gold. Well, because usually, long-time lurker, usually you don't want to farm a boss. Because usually you're sitting with whatever you're farming beating on you the whole time. And bosses will enrage and eventually kill you. So that's usually why. Also, an armored boss could potentially stop you before you truly got to your highest zone, just because they're harder to get through. That's another reason. Now, are there ways to keep a boss away from you the whole time so that you can farm it? Yes. But only melee bosses, not ranged ones. So the bosses in an adventure do matter to a certain degree, but really it's just, generally speaking, you want to stay away from armored bosses when you're trying to Azaka farm. Okay, we're running out of damage again. So we're going to switch in some freely. Yeah, I mean, there are situations if it ends up perfectly where you end up on an armored boss and then you can just farm all the gold, but that's rarer than it sounds. Elliot can hitch switch would. Oh, does she buff behind? I keep forgetting hers. Is it behind? Yes, it is. Okay. There. Technically, I want. I had her back there because that's where where I want Tyrell. But yeah, we'll see how this works out with her in. Because ultimately, I have her in because I'm hoping I can get her some. Let's go see what she's got, actually. Okay, yeah. So we actually did get some gem stacks. So that's good. That's what we were hoping for. That's literally the only reason she's here, is gold find for when we switch over to Azaka. Yeah, keep in mind if something's green, it doesn't mean it's possible for you. Oh, well, yeah, variants. Regular adventures should be possible if they show as green, but the variants are not. That's why. Yeah, but still, you want to give yourself the best possible chance, so at least make sure it shows green. But I can tell you, all the variants in Tomb of Annihilation show green to me, but I know I do not have the favor to do them all. But favor push, I read someone on Reddit, these are the ones that are best to farm favor. Beast Intentions on the Sword Coast, Ring of Regeneration on Tomb of Annihilation. Hey, then I got the best. Mysterious Summers in Waterdeep, the Dead 3 in Avernus, and the Everlasting Rime in Icewind Dale. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Nowadays, when a new campaign opens up, I just do my adventures and I push real far in them. And just, as I'm doing the base adventures, and I don't really necessarily try to favor farm unless I get hung up on something and need more favor. The only place I really do favor farming, like even with Azaka farming, is events. Thanks to watching you, I learned about using Havalar's ult spam and a champion with knockback to freeze enemies away from the formation has allowed me to Azaka farm at much higher levels than I ever could have without it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. But again, it requires Havalar specifically, and it requires a champion with a solid knockback. Yeah, not everybody has that, which is why usually we try to explain how to Azaka farm without doing, or usually I try to explain how to do it without those kinds of shenanigans. But which Ayla spec do you prefer? Left. I don't know that I've ever used the right one, because I don't highly value stuns in the current game system. Would you mind explaining how armor works? It's not shielding, it's armor. Works on bosses versus hit points for bosses. It appears to go slower to get through. So there's armor, there's segmented health, which people also refer to as hits-based health. And then there's just health. So regular health pool is like these enemies you see on the screen. It's just one long bar of red, and every little bit of damage you do to it counts towards killing it. A segmented health boss will have 25 to 50 segments, or in the case of the Soulmonger that we just saw, 100 segments. But each segment just needs 1 damage or higher to remove. So everyone can remove a segment, even your supports and your tanks. And you can even click on it, and once every second, it will lose a point of health. Armored, however, is a whole other thing. Armored will show those segments, but then there's a shield on there, which may be why people are starting to call it shielded health. But that just means they have armor. That they're an armored boss. Because there are, and I say this again because terminology matters, because there is at least one boss in this game that has a shield that has to be removed before you can do any damage to it. And that's I want to say that's in Waterdeep. So armored means you have that segmented health, but there's a little shield on it. That one has a normal health total, like what you see when you hover over this, like E94 health, except it's all these segments, and the health total is divided into chunks. So if there's 50 segments, you divide the health, and it's 50 little chunks of whatever that amount of health is. And that means you need that much damage or higher to remove a single piece of health. And if you have higher, it doesn't remove multiple. So a single hit of the threshold, even if it was an infinite damage hit, it's not going to insta-kill the boss. You still have to hit the boss 50 times. So that's why, for those types of bosses, that's why a champion like Ashara becomes so strong, because she can throw out anywhere, depending on how you've leveled her up, 3 to 5 missiles and remove 3 to 5 chunks. And then if you have like a Human that's granting double credit, that's 6 to 10 chunks. And then if you've got Esmeralda granting double credit, that doubles it again, right? So, yeah. You can turn Ashara with the right support champions into a buzzsaw against armored bosses. Again, with the right support champions. Okay. What do we want? I could get further with Strix, but I don't know that I want to. Well, we could. We go smelly lunch. Oof, this is a level we don't want to end up on with that stupid ranged boss. Take a big hammer to the head. There we go. Which heroes have the best knockbacks? Ayla has a small knockback, and it happens pretty regularly. Penelope has a little bit of a knockback, and with a certain spec, you can make it even bigger, but that tends not to be the spec I choose. Dinar has one that's either single target or AoE based off the specialization you choose. Who else has knockbacks? Ashara has one on her ult, but that's a huge cooldown. I don't know, there's probably more. Armored bosses with healing mechanics are the worst. I know we have... Oh, I died again. I know we have segmented health bosses with healing mechanics. Do we have an... Oh, Strahd. Strahd's an armored boss with a healing mechanic. But usually we see segmented health bosses with healing mechanics. But then there's Strahd. But it's Strahd, so it makes sense. Avern's ult has a knockback, yeah. Celise has a small AoE one, that's true, yeah. In that stance. Gromma's ult has the most minor of knockbacks. The most minor. Tiamat is a whole other thing. Tiamat isn't... To me, Tiamat isn't healing. And I guess this is just me being picky. Tiamat regenerates. Tiamat will regenerate entire heads that you have killed. Whereas Strahd, when he hits you, he heals. Like, that's just a health. Like, he can't there's just one Strahd. He can't regenerate himself. But that's me being picky about words, I guess. Yeah, Tiamat's also its own category boss. Really, truly. Because it's 5 bosses in one. And if you don't kill each boss fast enough, the others come back. That's why I don't consider it healing. It's regeneration. It's just a time-based regeneration. You're in a damage race. You're in a damage race trying to kill Tiamat. Well, the health kind of triggers. The timer is triggering healing. If you're on that same one, but it can regenerate full heads. So I just consider it regeneration. I don't know. My free time gate was for Xander, Rosie, and Artemis. Unlock a new champ or try to get more gear. Bananigans, like, have you done Split the Party 1 and 2? Or just 1? Like, my advice is if you haven't done 1 yet, then you pick whatever an empty slot. If you've done 1 or those slots have 2 champions in them already, then you aim for 3 champions in every slot so that you can qualify for Split the Party 2. So you did them both. Then it's kind of up to you. Xander I find somewhat useful at times as a support, not as a speed champion. I still don't think he should have been classified as a speed champion, but he can support. And I would probably, I would prioritize that over Artemis gear, but I guess it depends on if you really want to use Artemis or not. Although I guess Artemis gear is going to help out, well, Artemis gear can help out in Arcura stacking, but that's fishing for RNG. Just killed Tiamat today. Nice. And unlocked the last patron. Yeah, it's nice that those things kind of align, right? All right, this is not... Okay. What are we at? I got 35 gem stacks. Nice. Okay, I'm going to swap out of Eliwick. Yeah, this is what I expected. This is more what I expected. Yeah, Tyrell just decimates Eliwick in terms of actual pushing power at my current gear level. Who does the massive hammer? Spurt does. Canonically, Spurt got squashed by this massive, like, was fire giant, wasn't it? So this is the retelling of, in a very short vignette of him he jumps out and he throws a bag of wasps at the fire giant that's off screen, and it goes, "You dead!" And then this fire giant goes, "Flunk," and squirts Spurt. Shortest lived character in Critical Role history, and yet one of the most beloved. First time Strahd was annoying, had to use Ayla and Penelope and Jaheira for mobilization. Yeah, but I mean that's why these other champions exist. People get upset when other champions have, aren't the best, but then when you need useful champions, there they are, right? Like, I don't know. I will never stop hyping up having a diverse bench. Ashgarth just started playing yesterday. Welcome. Your guides and info compilation have been a huge help. Working on getting some silver chests for gear now. Great. So am I. So am I. Oh, which reminds me. Hey, 530. All right, let's go buy some more gems. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I almost bought the whole wrong thing. Now we want like 500. Yeah, I should have just bought it in the other store. All right, there we go. 14 silvers. Give me some Azaka gear. Minsk blue. Well, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, there we go. Azaka's guiding hand, excuse me. Mars's guiding hand. Mars took the name of his show from this ability, Azaka's guiding hand ability. If you didn't know, there's a fun fact for you. There's a fun fact for you. Can't remember. Is that one brain boss in Greengrass armored or just segmented? If it regenerates, it's probably segmented. Like if it heals, excuse me, if it heals based off the things attacking it, I think it's segmented health. Like I said, usually in events, it's segmented with healing effects, whereas occasionally whereas the variants could potentially be armored with some healing. Because in a variant, they're like, screw you. Which they should, right? They should be. It's supposed to be challenging. What happens is, if it's the one I'm thinking of, what happens is it's an Elder Brain, and it sends out Mind Flayers, and some of the Mind Flayers, when they attack, heal the boss. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. Yeah, it regenerates if the elite champions it spawns hit your formation. Yeah. Yeah. It is definitely a DPS check when you hit that boss, because you have to be able to wipe out all the minions. Otherwise, you're just going to have to go grind more favor. I have Celise and Archon in slot 12. Who for number 3? Azaka. Azaka. I just showed everybody how to do it right now, right here, right now. But that's what you want. That's what you want for the next one. It's odd that you okay, I take it you took Kodal, I take it you took some time off and didn't get Eliwick in the last event, because Eliwick would have been... Oh, no, Eliwick was 10. Never mind. What am I thinking for 12? Who was... Oh, I remember, because I just got that time gate. Sorry, I'm confusing myself with multiple accounts. Multiple accounts get confusing, folks. This just in. This just in. Alright, do I want to go much further? I feel like we're pushing it. But what was the boss on 350? Oof. Brev's like, hey, let me just jump you up a couple. I have not been upgrading efficiently, and it shows. And it shows. Because I feel like I shouldn't be struggling as much as I am at the moment. Alright, what's... Oh, we jumped the boss. I was like, what's the 355 boss? Oh, well, Briv jumped it. Briv jumped it. I guess we're going to look at 360. I guess we're going to take a look at 360. And we just need to find a good boss we can stop at and try to set up a... Try to single-eyes one creature and then set up a farm at... Well, maybe it will be 355. Hold on. And we jumped it, but let's take a look. Is it range? No! Oh, it's the boar. It's a boring boss. But yeah, I don't think there's a way to just kill that boss without killing all of his little buddies. Without killing all of his little buddies. So that's not the greatest place to stop. Now I actually need to look. Who do I have? could have been using Human. No, I'm already... I should be double, triple, right? No, I only have... Oh, I went... Folks. I apologize. I forgot this wasn't a core party, which means I should be in short folk. Now we're just going to wreck all the phases. Now we're back to wrecking all the phases. This is the power of double, triple bond. I was like, aren't I double, triple? Now I'm 3 and 3 on my bonds. And now we're just, yeah, we're going to push for a while again. My apologies. Oof. And now I can just level up wherever I want because we have plenty of power again. Because I was looking and I was like, wait a minute, Human would give us my third bond. No, wait, I'm already running 3 short folk. Why am I not at 3 bonds? Oh yeah, I picked half elf. I picked half blood. Yeah, no. Don't do that, Garwar. Yeah, seriously. Why you all failed? Nobody told me. No, that was on me. But yeah, that's just notice the difference. Notice the difference between... Hey, thank you, Loggy. Notice the difference between a 3-1 and a 3-3. Like, we went from struggling to just decimating everything. Yeah, I mean, we've gotten at least another 20 levels. We'll probably get more. I got Keelik and my natural time gate. With the weekend buff, I might be getting an overinflated view of how good they are. I mean, it's always gear dependent. Honestly. You get blessed by 200%, but it's gear and formation dependent to a certain degree. I'm kind of a huge fan of Calliope in most situations, but when I want protection for my party, I would rather have shields than heals. But if you're in a situation, where you can't use Calliope, Keelik can come in handy. And then depending on your gear, the buff just may be way better for you. But is a little dependent in that regard on gear. Mad Tabaxi. Yeah, we don't want to end up on any of these ranged levels. We definitely don't want to end up on any of these ranged levels. Can I get anything? No. There's no piracy coming up at all. 1305, sure. We can do some heals. Where's another damage? All the way at 14. Okay, why am I doing this individually again? 60. Okay, Centipede Net. Boom. No, that's boom. And that's big boom. 815. 855. So I need 40. I don't have 40 yet. 40 yet. 1,000. Yeah, unlucky for them, sure. 15. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm trying to upgrade efficiently from my current thing past these stupid self-damage stuff on supports, which doesn't give me anything, to actual buffs from my party. But I'd need 100 levels to get there. I don't have 100 banked levels. I need 25 for that. What can I do with Tyrell? Nothing. He's in his trough. All right. Oh, lucky break. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. All right, we may be zeroing in on anything? Anything? No. No. Well, slowly. Slowly. There it goes. There it goes. Just got some good. Those were freely stacks. We got some lucky freely stacks in there. Because there's no other reason our damage would have gone up like that. We need Ashara up to this next, to 710. Stat. Stat. In fact, let's move this over here. Let's just go all in on that being our next upgrade. Slowly killing things. We just need to. We need to be fastly killing things. Yeah, we got run over. All right. Keelik, Korth, and Ashara would make a firstborn potpourri, but that then requires Korth, too. What's enough pieces for first manual tie and grate? Who would you recommend between Caddy, Bree, and Frida? J-Mick, is there a reason you specifically want either Caddy, Bree, or Frida? Those aren't usually first time gate choices unless you're just trying to pick up champions that you just like, which is totally fine. Yeah, Edlad, if you just don't have the champions to light up Ashara's second bond, that's totally normal early on. Just focus on doing what you can, and then if you get a time gate choice and you can pick one up, you just saw how big of a deal it is. So lining it up again is nice. Is nice. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I want that. I think, what did I say? I wanted 25? Yeah, 25. Okay, we'll do this next. I just like them. There's some others I can choose between. Caddy Bree will work both as a support and a DPS, so that's probably your more flexible choice if you're just picking between one of those two. Yeah, if you have Mehen, Frida does make Mehen more viable, but it just depends on what you're looking for. Did I miss Azaka? Yeah, I unlocked her already. Now we're trying to set up and get to the point where I can Azaka farm, but I'm trying to see how far I can push. Trying to see how far I can push. But the VOD will be up after this, and then I'll also, this is one of those I'll end up putting on YouTube as well. I think, yeah, 395 might be it. All right, Meister Wilbur, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. After this, oh yeah, we're going to have to do this quickly because I need to go make pizza for dinner. Got the bread machine making the dough for it. It's actually been sitting in there a while, but hey, it's fine. So maybe we should go back. Yeah, let's just go look at 395. Do I need to push to 400, or can we do this at 395? Oh, it's this guy. Do I have... The other thing is, do I have anyone that can keep a boss away? Or do we have to try to do the thing? We can attempt, potentially. Come on. We can potentially boost our damage versus bosses specifically and try to just make the boss die? I don't think that's going to work here. Yeah, I think it's all or nothing. And Hitch was doing us more favors than Human is. It seems. Well, hold on. 4E 118. No, Human was actually doing better. Alright. Alright. You go on with your bad self. Alright. But we do not have enough damage. So, 390. Yeah, it's very difficult to separate out in this type of situation. So, you know what? There's an easier way. We just may have to drop back a little. We use Crawl, and since we're going for Gold Fund, I'm just going to put him in. Pilfer. Got Virulent Strain on. Now, if I'm using him, then this formation changes. But how do I want it to change? We could attempt like a Strix. Where are we at? We're at like E12. Yeah, that's not going to be super useful. Because enemies are E21 here. Alright. We got to find a DPS champion that will work well with Krull in this situation. I don't think it's Strix. But let's see what happens. Oh, no. Maybe. Look at that, folks. Look at that. It was Strix after all. Strix after all. Alright. This is only a 10 stack, but, well, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. You know what? Let's go up to 395 and see what happens. This is the power of Krull and Krull's plagues. It wasn't doing a lot of damage right away, but once the pain, specifically debuff, started building up on people, the others fell over. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's push a little further. This is why you don't sleep on Krull, folks. This is why you don't sleep on Krull. I mean, other than he's a super uncomfortable shell if you're trying to lean up against it. But I mean, you know, don't ignore him just because you're using Azaka. It does require that you have a very durable tank, which Briv is filling that role here with his own self-healing shenanigans going on, which we can assist with an occasional ultimate, or you could have, oh no, he got steamrolled. Okay, yeah, we're not going to push further, but we should be able to pick off here. The endless streams aren't going to work, but limiting. Ooh, hey, look at that. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out, this is how I set up my my Azaka farms. I'm going to take out my DPS. I'm going to try to keep my tank alive for as long as possible. And what I'm looking for is specifically, I'm giving time for Krull to spread his plagues to every enemy. I want all the enemies to have Pilfer, which is the green one that's on the bottom. And I know that this frontmost enemy doesn't have it yet because all I see is that red vial. All I see is that red vial. So we may just be out of luck because Brib is on his way to death. So we're just going to nuke. Nope, yep. Can't wait too long on that boss. Alright, let's go back to 390 and see if we can wait a little longer here. Ultimately, it's going to be about how long you can wait This is why I like super survivable tanks. And Briv's okay. Ayla would be doing better. But now, see how I have this? I have a green vial of 10 on the front here. I can't see all the rest. I don't have a knockback champ to knock things back and show me. But ideally, I want that pilfer on every single enemy, so that when they die, there's a chance, and it didn't work this time, that it will spread to a nearby enemy by a virulent strain. So let's try again. And you'll do this, multiple times. I don't think it's worth... I don't think a 10 stack crawl is worth it, personally. So I aim for 20. A minimum of 20. 40 is hashtag the dream, but if you only have... I only have 1 feat available. To one of his virulent strain feats available to me, and it would take the best RNG in the world to get me to 40 with only 1 available. So right now I'm just gonna aim for 20. If I get a 30, I'll take it, but I'm not even gonna try to do that. Let me see if I can catch him in chat while I let Briv die. I just got through 400 stage for Dragon Bait. Nice! Last 4 armor pieces were taken by Tyrell, being the sole survivor. Hey. Very nice. That is a big milestone. Dragon Bait is... There we go. There's 20. There's 20. Okay. Dragon Bait's a big milestone. So, because I only have 1 enemy... Hold on. The one person I do not want to pull out of this formation is Krull, because that would remove those stacks. But everyone else is going to come out here for a moment. Because I only have 1 regular enemy, as long as it's not killing Briv's never going to die. Because Briv's healing and Calliope's healing, or Celeste's healing at the moment, but Briv's self-healing should be more than enough. In fact, I'm going to take Celeste out to just see. Briv's self-healing should be more than enough to stay alive against this 1 single enemy. So now we get Azaka. And we go resist the curse. This is the one. This is the one that we want. I say that when I'm questioning myself, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's resist the curse. Whew. Okay. I don't have gold find. Okay, this is, yeah. You really want the lucky feat. You really want the lucky feat. I don't have it, so I'm not even going to bother slotting a feat here. Not even going to bother. It doesn't really matter where she is in the formation at all. I've got Beetle and Grim. We do want Dritzt in, because Dritzt has gold find. So do I have... Yeah, okay, I've got that in. We're going to bring Eliwick back in, because we did get some gem stacks on Eliwick. None of that matters. We definitely want Jarlaxle in. Definitely want Jarlaxle in. We want Brunor in, because Brunor has... His Companions of the Hall stuff has a gold find bonus. All of the Companions have a small gold find bonus. Dritzt having the largest gold find bonus. Now it kind of doesn't matter, but I'm going to go ahead and put Spurt in, because Spurt's going to up, as a rogue, Spurt will up the gold Jarlaxle has. Oh, look, Briv is dying. Briv is dying, after all. So if I want Briv to stay alive, I'm just going to have... I'm going to have Celeste. Optimal would be to have Beetle and Grim in. Oh, actually, I can do Beetle and Grim's, and then I can swap back out. And then I can swap back out, because their debuff stays, I believe. They just have to land it. So Beetle and Grim have... it's special order. So when Beetle damages an enemy that is not at full health, that enemy will drop more gold when it is killed. And that's the trigger we're looking for here, is when it is killed. So now that should be it should be ready to go. I can put Celeste back in to keep Briv healed. Ideally, I would have Wolfgar in the front if I had a Wolfgar, which would be slot 10. But instead, we're using Eliwick. Wolfgar would add gold find bonus, but you just want some kind of tank that's going to give you a gold find bonus that can sit here and tank this enemy. So what are we up to? We're up to E22% gold find. I am at 6 E. Oh, I'm already having gold find increase because we actually pushed pretty far. I was at 385 E16, so I'm already going to leave this adventure at 1 E17. But what we want to find out here is how much can I actually make off 120 stack Pilfer using just whatever champions I have that are gold find. Now, obviously I have some extra gold find champions here, but normally you would have Brunor, you would have Dritz by this point, hopefully, you would have Jarlaxle, and you would have Azaka. If you don't have any of the, if you don't have Freely, Krull, Eliwick, or Spurt, that's fine. You use whatever other rogues you can or drow you can for Jarlaxle's bonus. Otherwise, whoever else has bonus, you just put as many gold find champions as you have in. And then we... Well, I don't want to hit the button yet. I want to also... What do I have? I have Fire Breath, I have Speed... I'm going to want Clairvoyance. So I'm going to pop all of these. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes of gold find, and I'm going to give myself another 15 minutes of speed. And now I'm going to hit this button. We're up to 1 E23, 1 to 3 E23 gold find. 6E16. Let's see what happens when I ult with Azaka. So Azaka's tigers are jumping out. They're attacking. They're making a lot of gold drop. I'm already up to 4E18 with one ultimate. So here we go, folks. Azaka farming. Now, because I don't have anything I really got to rely on. Well, I could rely on Freely's ultimate, but I'm just going to fire it off like this. Oh! So because I wasn't at soft cap, I now have a ton of gold to level up my champions, folks. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to aim it at, like, I'd aimed for Jarlaxle first. Now I'm aiming it at the other ones that actually increase gold find as they go up, potentially. Yeah. So we should keep... Now I'm just leveling everyone up just because... now, what you would want to do here is you would want to run maybe 5 minutes of this. Oh, crap. I'm at second feed upgrades for people, too. You would want to run like 5 minutes of this instead of 15 or an hour or whatever. Upgrade your champions like I did, and then just go back to pushing. And find a new level. Because we could push and find a new wall here. But I'm going to choose to answer questions from chat instead of doing that. How can I check to see if the hero is in the event rotation before purchasing or time gating it? I have a list. I show the difference between time gate and event champions on my wiki page there. There are some other outside resources, but that's the only way. But I list them very clearly as time gate champions and then event champions. Do I have both feats on Krull? No, I hadn't even unlocked the second feat slot, and I'm not opening gold chests on this account, so I can't even get the second feat for Krull. So Regis Icewind pack worth getting for a new player? When it goes on sale, it's going to be on sale here shortly. If you're on PlayStation, it already is, so yeah. What's going on, Irian? Yeah, we already unlocked Azaka, but now we're showing some Azaka farming off. So you can, if you haven't unlocked Azaka yet, you can try it out. You can try it out, and you watch the VOD. Yeah, give me your lunch money. That's what we're saying. What's the best way to get just the one mob left at the end of farm? Krull is the best way. Krull really is the best way. I mean, that's what I switched to do, so... It's really hard. It's really hard to do it the other way, because what you have to do is when they load out, you have to have no familiars on the screen, And you have to have the damage to be able, with an ultimate, to be able to kill everything. So you've got to move to a level like that. And then as the second wave of enemies comes out, you have to slowly click stun so that it moves slow and stops, and then moves slow and then stops as the boss moves out past it. And then before that enemy that you're slowly click stunning, before that wears off, then you have to ult and wipe everyone else out and then just be left with that one mob. But Krull is the better option. Krull is the better option. E66 getting close to that E70 needed for soft gap. Yeah, right? If I just push a little further, I think we could get it. 9E18. Nice. This is a hell of a run. Hell of a run. But like I said, I think ultimately I would want... Oh, hold on. Okay, web captioner is back. I apologize, everyone. I don't know why it's had so many issues lately. But now it's back. Why not opening gold chests? This is a Vow of Poverty account. No, but it is a challenge account for me in the sense that I want to stay as low power as possible through at least Dragon Bait to show new players that they can do it. We may have to start opening gold chests for Alcoria, though. Alcoria is rough. Rough. Now, Vow of Poverty means no chests at all. No chests at all. I'm lazy, so I Azaka farm a boss after using Vlanya ult. You have to have knockbacks for that, but yeah, and you don't, and that doesn't help Krull out at all. Okay. Sure. That's all I got, so... That's all I got, so that's what you're getting. Yeah, I haven't bought any feats yet, so they're all just getting whatever the other one is. Oh no, I don't want that. I want... Well, yeah, no, I do want... Well, yeah, no, I want that one. Crow would want pain. Freely just gets all champs damage. Oh, I need to get to 1,000. I gotta remember to level up all my champions after this. Oh, he needs 770. Okay, they aren't there yet. Fine. Yeah, I gotta remember to swap in all my champions and level them up. Are we at E9? I just want to hit E19 and then I want to push further. So let me save this as an Azaka. Oh, did I? Okay. Azaka farming. I'm gonna switch that over to... no, we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it there. Alright, so here's my Azaka farming formation. Once I hit E19, I think we'll try to push. We'll try to push. There's that second one. Yeah, not enough for those yet. There it goes. Alright. So we're going to need to swap back to pushing formation. This wasn't what we were using, but this will be close enough. This is what we were using, right? Oh no, I wasn't using... we went like that. Okay. Get all these feet slots opening up. Alright, now we can go back to pushing again. I'm liking this. Alright, Deacon, what you got? There we go. Who else got one? Ashara got one. Yay! Human got one. Hello, fellow humans. Alright, can we push further? Yeah, we can. Alright. How do I instantly go back to level 1? I hold down shift, and then I click on the left arrow. And then I click on 1. And then I click on 1. You can try to use Hitch's ultimate to kill the boss, but sometimes ultimates aren't going to do it. And yeah, sometimes they're just... That's... If you're easily killing with ultimates like that, sure. But That might mean you could have pushed further. How old is this account? I don't know. And I kind of don't. I kind of want to get away from that mentality. This is my progress so far. How about we put it that way? I have 2 EO9 progress in Torm. I had E16, just under 4 E16 progress in Kalimvor. That's it. I don't have any mode. I don't have a Modron core. I don't have any patrons activated. So that's my progress so far. So I just unlocked Azaka right or a little earlier on this stream. Because everyone, like, if you really just rushed, you could probably get here in a week or two. Like if you were playing a ton, but some people might only, play a few hours a day, and it might take them months to get here. So I don't want to set unrealistic expectations, and I've done that in the past where I'm like, oh, this is a 1-month-old account or a 2-month-old account. Man, that's not as helpful for people as just saying, I've got EO9 Torm's Favor, which basically means I unlocked Dritzt. I think I should have pushed a little further for Favor to be able to get Gem Hunter. I feel like that's more optimal. And then I immediately came to Tomb of Annihilation, and I basically almost have everything. After I'm done with this run, I will be able to buy all the blessings here. But I'm targeting E22 Favor for my Dragon Bait unlock run, which would be the next run. Next weekend, most likely. Next Sunday, we'll do Dragon Bait live on stream. I recommend Jarlaxle or Baloth for that slot for farming. Jarlaxle. Jarlaxle has the bigger straight buff for gold. Plus it'll trigger. It increases based off who else you have in the formation. So if you're using any other Drow or Rogue buffers, you get more. Oh, does Baloth linger? Oh, well then, yeah. Then throw Baloth in, let him light him up, and then put Jarlaxle in. Do you focus on multiple accounts for the event? I will unlock the champ. I will try to do the event on this account. I will try to do that. Oh, we didn't get as far as I'd hoped we would. Wow. So yeah, all that gold, all those upgrades still didn't let us push much further. But here's the thing: if I can now separate out the boss, we could attempt. You know what? Hold on. I just learned this lesson. Why am I not putting it into practice? Strix, come DPS. If I can get to one more boss and attempt to separate, I will get more gold farming, doing an Azaka farm on whatever boss I can hit now than I was getting before, and that might allow me to hit soft cap. And get even more favor. I really do have to end the stream soon, because I really do need to go make pizza. Yeah, in reality, we all progress differently. Exactly. Across everything, all the things. It is healthier for people to understand that everyone progresses differently. I much prefer that kind of mindset. Because otherwise, it just you give yourself a lot of undue stress or anxiety and worry, and this is supposed to be an enjoyable thing to do in your free time. You're welcome, Nuck. Unlock Dragon Bait without crawling. That's the goal. I did that originally when Dragon Bait first released. And for Azaka today, I used only core champions and Hitch. But he's effective. He's basically he's like core and a half. So yeah, I'm only using my full roster here because this is a deep favor push, and if you're doing that, why artificially limit yourself? But I will attempt to artificially limit myself on the Dragon Bait unlock by at least at first attempting it with core champions and Hitch. I felt the need to rush through Avernus for the upcoming new map stuff. Yeah, hey, if you want to, go right ahead. But here's what I'm going to remind you of. You only need to do the base adventures. Ignore the variants. Ignore the variants in Avernus, if that's what you're trying to do. Just do the basic adventures. So the storyline stuff. Leave the variants for later. Build up some favor so that you can finish the base adventures, and then you're good. And then you're good, because it doesn't say that you have to do all the variants. You just have to have You have to have completed El Terrell's Last Stand. That's the best way to put it. You have to complete El Terrell's Last Stand. That is the last adventure. That is the only requirement to get into the Trials of Mount Tiamat. How hard is the Rhea unlock variant? Pretty difficult. Pretty difficult. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try it. But yeah, it's currently, in terms of evergreens, it's the hardest evergreen unlock in the game. There is a restriction on the types of champions you can use. It's basically the Zerial restriction. So I'll just show that to you. So Strength 10, Charisma 13. These are the only champions you can use in the Rhea unlock. So if you want to try it like a free play of that adventure just to see what happens and limit yourself to this, that'll give you an idea of whether you're close to that or not. Okay. I mean, we just kind of naturally ended up with a leftover here. So we're just gonna see if we can set up. Oh, I could take these off. We're gonna see if we can set up an Azaka farm here. Oh, I don't need that. I don't need any of these out here right now. And for those who weren't here before, what I try to do is I take my DPS out and I try to let the wave build up for as long as my tank can manage, to try to give Krull a time to put these green pilfer plagues on all the different enemies. Because that's going to give me the best chance for Virulent Strain to proc and spread plagues. Now, last time it took us, I don't know, 4 or 5 tries, maybe a half a dozen, to get a 20 stack. So I'm just aiming for 20 or better. Alright, that should have been long enough. There's a 20. Hey, okay, we're good. We're good. We'll farm this bad boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Let's get, I'm using my full thing here, so we're gonna get the Beetle and Grim stacks going on. I guess I can just leave it on Human. That's fine. We're leaving Freely in. We're putting Jarlaxle back in. We're switching. We want Ashara in. Oh, I did say I was going to try to Makos farm, and I don't have enough time for that, folks. I'm sorry. I feel like this was I feel like we answered the question, though. I feel like this is better than Makos farming, but I do have a lot more champions, so if we hadn't run so long, I'd try it, but I need to eat. Oh, we need Dritstin. Do we need Dritstin? Yeah, we need Dritstin. Who do I want Dritstin for? I'll put Dritstin for Human. 988. Well, is this? Yeah, 988 E22. Oh yeah, way better. Yeah, okay. Everybody else needs to be here, right? Right? Let me test. Brunor for... Yeah, still better with Brunor. Okay. Burner, I feel like, gives the lowest qualification here. Eliwick? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. That's Eliwick was a huge... We got good gem stacks on Eliwick. And we need Celeste in. Normally I would take Celeste out, but we need Celeste in because Briv wasn't able to handle all the damage himself. Okay, so I've still got some decent gold, fine, but I'm gonna want to use more. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. No, it's just you use whatever you have. If you're gonna take the time to do this, do it right. Do it right. Okay, here we go. We are at 105 E19. Let's see happens. Let's see what happens. We're also at E60. Yeah, there we go. E69. Can we get? We'll get to 70. We'll get to 70. 490. Okay, so we should get to E20 with this on this run. Again, I want to target champions that potentially have contributing factors to gold find first. Should probably, you know, watch it a little closer, but that's fine. That's fine. Sure. Sure, I'll take that. All right. Contributing gold find, contributing survivability. I don't care about Celeste, but we'll level up Celeste. Now again, we could keep doing this. We could keep, until you soft cap, you can keep farming, leveling up your champions, pushing even just 5 more levels, and farming the next boss. You can keep doing that if you want to. Until it's just not enough to get you forward anymore. How far can we get? I really want to hit E20. We should be able to make E20. That shouldn't be a big deal. I'd love to soft cap everybody. That would be nice too. Okay. What's going on in chat? How far should you go back when farming? Irian, when I did it, just on stream now, I was trying to find a place where I could easily survive, because I was using Krull to build up stacks, where I could easily survive while my DPS was out long enough to build up those stacks, because it's important. Getting that 20 is such a big deal. If you're just going to do it with 10 stacks, it doesn't matter. You do wherever you get a Krull left over, but because it's not that you have 20 stacks. I know that's how it's represented. It's that you have 2 stacks of 10, and each stack multiplies its bonus against the other. It's not additive. It's multiplicative against the other. So each unique instance multiplies, and that multiplier is what blows gold find off out of the roof. So that's why we say if you can get 20, that's way, like, it's such a huge difference over 10. But if you can get 3 or 4, it's just, it gets outrageous. So wherever you have to drop back to get that lone thing is what you have to do. I did save a gold formation, folks. I did. I totally did. But the thing is I can't hot swap into it. I can't hot swap into it once there's something on my tank. This was it. This was it. Roughly. I'm so used to having the enemy knocked back that I save the formation and hot swap into it. I don't have a knockback here. Hey, Bank Breaker. Hey, I got 2 gold find achievements on this one stream alone, folks. That's awesome. That's awesome. There we go. Now we're getting the other feats. Now we're getting the other feats in. Hey, double trouble. Got that. I'm getting all the feats today. Or all the achievements today. Still not up to E20. Still not up to E20. There you go. Is it okay if you have 2 leftovers? Ideally, you only want 1. Because ideally, you want those plagues to spread. You want to give the chance for that plague to spread to just that one enemy. So you're really trying to get down to 1. Because if you send those, if you send the enemy, the tigers out with their ultimate, and they attack the one that's not the 20 stack. They attack the 10 stack. Then it's kind of a waste. It's kind of a waste. So it's less efficient. I mean, you can make it work. You use whatever you have to use. What are the values for my Krell's Pilfer stacks? Oh, good question. I don't know. I use whatever I got. 104% more gold per stack. So we're at 1,040% multipliers, right? But we've got 2 instances because it's easy. It's just 104 with the. I mean, I'm using rough numbers. This isn't how whatever. But we've got 2 instances that are doing this, that are running off this, which is not bad. Not bad. Man, I can't get any of his good feats. I need Virulent Strain. I want Lucky. Can't get him on this account for a while. Later. We'll get him later. Probably. Maybe. Oh god, I hope so. Alright. I think this is going to take... It's going to take a while to get this. I don't know if I can push up to 425 quickly, but I need to go make dinner. So I will leave it here just farming. And maybe I'll push it a little further later. But this is more than enough favor for me to, off one Azaka farm, for me to max out all my blessings here in Tomb of Annihilation. And I will do, like, I should be able to do one more deep push after this for favor, just like this one. But I'll be able to push a lot further because I'll have a lot more favor. I'll probably be able to soft cap on that run. And when I Azaka farm at the end of it, I should hop up. I mean, we went from E16 to E19, so I should get E20 on this run. So I should be able to easily jump to E22 with one more Azaka farm. One more deep push with an Azaka farm. And I will then be set up to... I'll knock out the variants that I need for Dragon Bait, and then we'll be good to go for Dragon Bait next Sunday. Next Sunday. Yeah, if I wanted to slop... yeah, here. Hold on. When is the ult coming back around? Oh, I got 5 minutes to wait. But yeah, if I drop Human in for Celeste just right before the ult goes off, I'll get more gold. I'll get more gold. Let's... yeah. I hate that hot swap stuff. This is why I really need Regis. I really need Regis in my slot 2. I don't have him yet. I don't have him yet. Alright. Come on. Countdown faster, please. Obviously, speed potions are nice to have, but not required. I feel like gold potions, if you're going to do an Azaka farm, gold potions are... You really want to burn the gold potions. But you don't need to do the speed potions. It just makes those gold find potions more efficient. It makes them more efficient. Yeah, that took us up to 787 E23. Well, 876 E19. Not enough, so I will just leave it. I will leave it to do its thing. Oh, I remembered what I didn't do. I like to put one right there, too. Just on the off chance he triggers that right before and gets a little more gold find stacks. All right, folks. I'm out. Thanks for hanging out today. You know what I should play? Here. I'm going to do this again. Let's clear this out. I will play us some Acererak on the way out. And then this will be up as a VOD here. I will highlight it, so hopefully it sticks around, if I remember. But it'll go up on my YouTube channel. Probably later tonight when I get a moment. So let me do that. Hold on, let me switch over. Thanks for hanging out, folks.